I decided so I'm actually now since I got my internet back, I'm in more constant in my videos. I actually upload 2 videos and I'm almost done with another one. So that's what I was doing.
All right.
Alright, I know my new video is gonna probably piss a lot of people off, but whatever. So it's talking about the universal Asta meta I made.
Oh, that video.
Yeah. Hey, but it's about time some new gens got some, respect.
You right. You right.
Besides for like Tanjiro.
Tanjiro's.
I'm not talking about strength, people just love him in general.
Yeah. That's true. Like I made a video of Tanjiro versus Gon, and people got pissed at me because I said Tanjiro wins.
I see that. Honestly, it's just because Hunter x Hunter's been out of the game, has been able to complete this stuff for so long. Plus, I don't know.
Yeah, it was kind of weird because they say like Gon is like faster than light. I was like, what?
I think that stems from some shit with Modern being able to dodge that one guy's attack that had like the light of a star, which real quick, is that star level? I don't know. There's some people that say they have the power of a star. Is that true? I don't
Power
know.
of a star for wait, where? From where?
I don't know. I heard that. I know that one old guy, I forgot his name, right? He had this one thing that the light said had light of the star, but I also saw this other guy. It said something, I'm gonna blow up the force of the sun. I don't know, something like that. I think I have to double check it.
What character is this?
I don't know. I haven't actually. It's been a long time. I don't know. I think it was talking about more of the light of a star. Remember when Modern was fighting against the old guy? He summoned that deck that looked like it blasted him. It said it was the light of a star, and it opened its mouth of a galaxy or something.
What the fuck?
Yeah, wait here. Let me see if I can just screenshot it real quick. Here, Modern. I spell his name.
Okay, there we go. So, all right. So, welcome back to the channel. And today, people of my, channel, we're doing. Oh shit, we're doing Ace versus Natsu, of course. And we're gonna go to we're about to get to the bottom of this, of who actually wins this. Because I think.
How long ago was that fight? Actually, I'm gonna look that up while you're talking.
Yeah, it's been a long time since that whole Natsu versus Ace video.
2017. Damn.
Yeah, right, 2017. That's how old it was. So we're here in 2022. We're about to talk about this fight. All right, and yes, we're gonna talk about all the upgrades and the scans and the statements. All this and that for both of these characters. Now for Natsu, I have no idea about the character.
I'll be handling the Natsu. If
Right.
you're all wondering.
Yeah, he will be handling Natsu. I will be handling Ace. And if people say, "Oh man, he didn't do Ace justice," bear with me here, okay? Ace barely did any shit, okay? He didn't barely did shit.
And most of the news that we're coming from is he had, oh my god, my power right here, had to literally dive into the light novels to find the best feats he literally done.
Exactly.
He's this guy down so bad he need the light novels just to give him an nav, which is fine. I do like Ace as a character. It's just damn.
Yeah,
So much for the son of the fucking king of the pirates.
Right, barely did shit, but he's still impressive nonetheless. So we want to see who actually wins this fight here. So, we're gonna start with Natsu's side of what he can do.
Okay, so real quick, we're using the most current versions they have, right?
Um,
Actually, for Natsu, I want to say some tidbits of him. I don't know how you're gonna do Ace. I'm gonna start slow and then work my way up.
right.
All right. So we're starting speed, power, and abilities first.
Let's go over their power.
All right. Real quick, I also on my channel I made 2 videos talking about Natsu. If you would like to go watch them. All right. So power. Well, if we're being honest, right? There's a lot of towards the end of Fairy Tail. There's a lot of statements. Actually no, I should say some really easy. Okay, you know the Ethereum blast. You know what that is, right?
Yeah.
Theon cannon, the thing the government has, right?
The wait, you gotta show me what this looks like again.
Here, let me look it up. Oh, fairy
Yeah.
tale. Oh, the fairy tale Ethereon on blast. Shit. Okay. How do you spell Ethereon? Do you know how to spell Ethereon?
Ethereon. It sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Like it sounds familiar, and I think I might spell it right. Hold on. Ethereon.
Oh, here we go. Here, Ethereon. This big cannon right here. I'm gonna just put it in there. Save.
Oh shit.
Here
Isn't
you
it
go.
like
Here's
from
this.
space? Is it like the thing from space?
No, that's something different. All right. So this is the. Oh no, fuck. Oh, not that. Just save this shit. Yeah, I'm just gonna do this. Put this. There we go. That's the Ethereon blast. The government. It's like one of the most powerful blasts the government have, and that's before it's fired. And this, the aftermath of what it looks like after it's fired, real quick. And let me just spell this right this time.
All right.
Ethereon blast, and this is. I want to find a good big. Yeah, here we go. And this is the aftermath of what it looks like after the big thing's fired. And this thing. This is what it looks like after the thing's, blast right here.
Ah, okay.
Alright, so that's the Ethereon blast, right?
Right.
So, the Ethereon blast is stated to be able to destroy all Fiore, which is the smallest country on the entire planet, with all the magic and all that, right?
Right.
Here's the thing. So, I know everyone talks about, how big the One Piece planet is, but actually, the Fairy Tale planet is much bigger than our own planet as well. It's I believe it was calculated like 8 times or 8 or 9 times bigger than ours. Because like like how one Naruto, was versus all the Jubies and they did that big clash and we got to see the circumference of the planet.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that happened towards the end. We got to see the whole circumference and it was calculated like 8 or 9 times bigger. I kind of forgot. It's kind of irrelevant in most scaling. And also it was calculated that Fiore, the smallest country on the whole planet, to just destroy that, you would have to basically destroy a multi-continental thing, just for the smallest country of the entire planet.
Okay.
And the thing about this Natsu, when the Theorem Blast was launched, it was launched inside the Tower of Heaven, right? Is that what it's called? Yeah, Tower of Heaven, right?
Right.
Which is the thing Jalal's making to bring someone back to life. He's trying to bring Zareth back to life, even though he's already alive. And anyway, it absorbs it, right? They're all fine, but that's not the thing. They only survive because the tower absorbed it. But then Natsu's losing to Jalal. He's outclassed them, and we see Natsu, right? And have in mind, this is like the second arc of the whole series, right?
Right.
Natsu eats the tower, right? Not the whole tower, but eats a piece, right? They give him some energy and it amps him up to become his first Dragon Force, or I call it Dragon Force Mark 1. And the thing about this, the Ethereon cannon couldn't even destroy this in building, right? After Natsu goes Dragon Force, also have in mind, Jalal actually has a spell called Dark Abyss, which basically has the force of a meteor. When it hit the tower, not even a scratch on it. Natsu, after he ate a part of the tower, gained some Ethereon from the blast, right? Not only was he able to, absolutely destroy Jalal, he just with one lunge of his movement, he grabbed Jalal and clashed him through over 8 floors of the entire thing. Not even the Ethereon blast could destroy it. Yes, you could argue it because it absorbed it, but also the fact that he also had that Ethereon shit. Plus after that, the tower became unstable and just blew up. and Natsu did survive and Jalal also survived the explosion. If he was able to fight, Natsu, if Natsu's able to destroy him, then that means he should be able to take an Ethereum Blast as well.
Okay.
And this is like just the second arc of the series. I'll let you say some stuff for Ace.
All right. 1 second. Okay, Ace. Well, well, Ace is indeed like, well, some people think he's like weak as shit, but honestly, he's much more powerful within the novels, which is pretty much canon. In the novels, it goes back to when Ace joined the Whitebeard Pirates, and this is when he left the island. When Luffy was before Luffy left the island, it was the beginning of the series. He met Whitebeard, and with his Devil Fruit powers, he was nowhere near Whitebeard's level. In fact, he didn't even touch him. Right? He didn't even, his flames by Whitebeard was stated to be nothing compared to him. He thought it was like a lit match, and he just put out his flame powers like nothing. And in fact, it didn't even burn Whitebeard. He said, "Yeah, with that little tiny flame, it won't do nothing to me." Right? And
also, I have a question. I remember, doesn't they say that the fire Logia type fruit was actually one of the most strongest in the world? Don't they actually say that? Yeah, I remember them saying something like that. It's one of the rarest or something like that. Or is that just generalizing the fruit as a whole?
Yeah, it's
devil fruit.
Yeah, this is like the devil fruit types is like.
Oh, okay.
Rarest. Yeah.
I thought I was saying, oh shit, he actually has a good fruit, but no. Anyway, sorry, continue.
Yeah. Honestly, since his flames did not do anything to Whitebeard, it's that the fact he got stronger the longer he stayed in Whitebeard's crew, and of course he like unlocked his hockey, right? Yeah, he unlocked his armament hockey and his Go ahead.
Yeah, wasn't it say he had every version of hockey, like you said, armament as well?
Yeah, he has every version of hockey. And with this, he can actually get. Well, he actually activated these awaken. In fact, not activate. He awakened these hockeys types in mid of battle. He fought a vice admiral in a fight and won. Like, he beat an vice admiral. That is one of the most impressive things he has done since how young he was at the time. And his armament hockey was even greater than the vice admirals. Now, we don't know how, like, what kind of vice admiral this was, but for a comparison, a vice admiral is like Fujitora. Fujitora is a vice admiral, right? Vice admirals, like, to his level, was able to bring down meteors like nothing. These meteors was able to make Doflamingo sweat, and it was coming down fast. So
if we assume that he's pulling them like how Madara does from the nearest like asteroid belt, or the nearest place a meteor could be pulled, that could very well be massively faster than light.
Exactly. Yeah. And if it's massive faster than light, then we have Law and Doflamingo able to react to this. By the way, so like, I mean, this is not relevant to Ace's speed. It's just that the Vice Admiral was able to do this, like Vice Admiral Fujitora. So,
and just one meteor could almost, like, it did kill literally everything on the planet. So, many years ago in real life. So,
right.
You just think for a second, and he can fight a guy, which another one can pull like how many, a dozen of these. So,
right.
Yeah, life wiper actually.
Exactly. There was actually a reference. There was like calculations saying that like Fujitora was indeed multi-continental at the time. So yeah, there's that. So and he's a vice admiral, by the way. Admirals are even more powerful than this. Just keep a fair note of this. So Ace over here with his observation hockey and his ornament hockey was able to fight against Whitebeard in their 100 duel. And he not only that, he was managed to get a surprise attack on Whitebeard with his acceleration speed, but he was able to actually harm him through his quake powers. Now that is impressive as its own, because we have Akainu who is able to fight against Whitebeard. He didn't get through his quake fruit to harm him. In fact, he only used it to cancel out his quake powers. That's it. But Ace over here has the potential. Well, it's been shown he has the potential to actually harm Whitebeard with his flames. And he like at least an attack bigger than the island before. And of course, Whitebeard had gotten a little serious, and he pretty much punched it away with Ace in the center of it, and Ace survived this attack. He was just tired. That's why he collapsed. He just was tired. That's it. He was tired of the fight. In fact, in the other fight, this was like in the other fight, the 99th duel. He not only that he managed to harm Whitebeard, but he managed to survive this huge quake attack point blank. Of course, he got knocked out like afterwards. He lost consciousness, but he didn't. The fact that he didn't die from this is like, it says a lot about his durability. Because obviously, yeah, go ahead.
Not to mention the fact. Wait, hold on 1 minute. I get my scan.
All right.
Yeah, sorry. All right, guys. Not to mention, if we now, if I remember correctly from the scan, Whitebeard, he wasn't trying, but he was like, okay, I'll at least little try. I'll humor him. I'll try, right?
Right.
And the fact that he's using his power, even if you assume that he's like using like maybe 1/100th of his power on him, not to mention like the feat is like, I was calculating the feat, and most islands on like on like the One Piece planet are calculated like continental, the casual islands. And if you use that as a base, that feat would have I'm looking at the feat right now. That would have casually been a multi-continental, reaching into potentially moon levels of energy, and that's assuming he's going barely at least 1/100th of his power on Ace.
Exactly. And to keep a note that Whitebeard did acknowledge Ace's strength, and he made him use his quake powers. And not only that, but Whitebeard did not acknowledge Ace at all. He didn't even use his quake powers. He only used his haki. That's it. Well, the fact that he actually used his quake abilities against Ace says a lot about how strong Ace is before, he met Luffy in the anime, right? Before he met him again, in fact.
And if you're wondering, like, I know bounty doesn't mean that much, but it's, a comparison. We do know that he has a bounty of 550 million, which is about half of most Yonko, or at least bare minimum Yonko. So I mean, he was, if you want to assume, he wasn't that far off being a Yonko in terms of the public's eye, or like general, like the world government's eyes. There's something also there if you add in, because he actually did fight Blackbeard pretty much on equal terms.
Right.
But, we all know what happened, but still.
Right. And the only reason for people that say, "Oh, Ace lost, he's not really that strong," we have to keep a note that that dark fruit is the perfect counter against devil fruit users. It's literally able to negate their abilities. So for say like Ace, it was fodder, or he is fodder, that is completely downgrading Ace and his pretty much his power scaling, because he actually can damage Blackbeard. He can damage him. In fact, he was doing pretty good against him. It's
Not
just
to mention that, Blackbeard is stated to be some type of like monster of a human. Like, he can hold 2 devil fruits at once. He doesn't sleep. And also we have to include the fact that Ace was not ready to fight a person that could hurt him if he didn't allow. Like, he was not ready for that. Like, he was totally caught off guard.
exactly. He did not know the full extent of this ability until Blackbeard, explained to him. And not only that, but their final clash, was big enough to engulf the entire island. So that whole him fighting on Whitebeard, it kind of makes it accurate of his power per se. And then there's the other fact that Blackbeard is more durable than you think, and the fact that he can, I mean, look, he can take twice the damage when he's off guard, because that's how his Deadpool work. He takes twice the damage than the normal the attack is, because like you have to have that kind of endurance, not the durability, but the endurance to handle all that pain. And you already know Blackbeard was prepared for this. Like, he wanted this Deadpool for a long time, so he's no slouch. And the fact that there is a speed feat for Ace here, because remember that Blackbeard stated that he has gravity that light cannot escape, right? And we see him use this against Ace before, and Ace was able to both react and attack Blackbeard before he got sucked into the black vortex, which is pretty much, he didn't say it isn't just black hole, right? He says that darkness itself has gravity that light cannot escape. So him using that black vortex counts as well, because that means Ace has to be fast and light here. And this is like, he has to be fast and light in this situation right here. Of course, we're not touching on speed yet, but since I'm on the topic of him with the power and stuff like that, he is pretty much like able to do this and able to harm him with this kind of reaction speed and stuff like that. So not only that, but there's also the fact that he indeed fought Yamato before he even met Blackbeard, because we know that after he fought Blackbeard, he went to Impel Down. Impel Down, he went to Marine 4, right? This means this Ace right here fought Yamato, who is equal to Kaido. And we know Ace was looking to fight Kaido in the first place, but instead he found his quote-unquote son, Yamato. And they fought equally with each other. So that makes right there, that scales Ace to multi-continental plus right there to even higher, right? Even higher, if you want to like say that, you scale them even higher, because they both wasn't really serious in that fight. They just, they're just duking it out, but they're able to harm each other. Just keep in mind. But that is Ace's power. And I would say, yeah, he's like large country to multi-continental. So yeah, there we go.
And that's not, and I know you haven't gone over the higher arguments you made about the whole world statement things. So before we go into that, I also want to, you did already touch up on some speed. I do want to say something. So like, speed in Fairy Tail is not the, like, beginning wise, you do not get some of the best speed feats. They're kind of staying at like maybe the massively hypersonic ranges,
right?
Up until you get to like literally after when they go into the Grand Magic Games, where it was stated by, so if you know Sting, right? He's the white dragon slayer.
Yeah.
And he can use holy light, stated light, right? Natsu casually dodges this, and I can remember the whole fight. Not every time it looks like Natsu is getting his ass kicked, he's really not trying. He's literally letting him kick his ass so he knows how he fights. Like, he even says that, oh, okay, I'm done. And like, he literally takes them both at once in Dragon Force with White Drive, which I found Dragon Force is a 8 times amp if using the full Dragon, like natural Dragon Force, which they obviously are using. Not to mention White Drive has to be at least 2 times stronger. So he was letting his ass kicked, and he casually dodged light within their base. So if you want to try to upscale that, saying, oh, that might be since he got 10 times stronger, that, and Natsu's absolutely able to blitz them and destroy them, you could argue maybe like 10 to even 100 times FTL. But that's way later down the line. Like, Ace, I would agree, and there are massively faster than light arguments you can make for Ace very beginning on. I would obviously say in the beginning, Ace totally takes the, speed and power is very similar, so I would say Ace would take that.
Right.
But moving on to some of the higher arguments within Fairy Tail, there are quite a few, planetary statements, mostly inside the final arc of Fairy Tail and towards the 100-year quest, like August being able to destroy the world if he gets pissed, and even like Acnologia says, if I could, I would destroy the world if I wanted to. Even Alderaan said, him by just like walking, just like getting really mad at people would destroy the world, and Natsu actually contends with these people later down the line like it's nothing. Like I said before, the Fairy Tail planet's like 7 to 8 times larger than ours. So, planetary is kind of easy within inside Natsu's range, I would say. And I think it's about time you explain the higher arguments you found for the Fairy Tail fighting.
The higher arguments for
Yeah, like the one with Whitebeard, him destroying the world and shit like that.
right. So we got like Whitebeard, even though Ace is nowhere near compared to Whitebeard. I'm just saying, like, this is like what he can do. Whitebeard was stated to be able to destroy the world. Now, some people said this is a hyperbole, which is bullshit and it's completely silly to even accuse that, because like we have the other admirals. Ava stated like, oh, I even like I was at the other ends of the earth, then I'm not safe away. I'm not safe from this devil fruit power. And we even see that the tremors are actually affecting the planet because it's literally spreading across the world. So for people to say that's a hyperbole, that's completely bullshit, and you guys don't know what you're talking about. Like, obviously, that's like saying the great elders are for Luffy's devil fruit. They say, oh, his fruit can actually it can actually do this and that. That's like saying that they are exaggerating Luffy's devil fruit, and even though we see it clear as day.
Yeah, and not to mention, if you try to say, oh, those guys aren't credible, well, one, they're all admirals or old people that would know what they're talking about. Like, Whitebeard isn't Whitebeard's first rodeo. He's been around probably longer than most of these guys, so he knows what he's talking about.
Exactly. They know what they're talking about. They said that if you awaken his devil fruit, then Luffy will be a big trouble. That he has the most ridiculous power in the world. So
Also,
go ahead.
I just want to say, when they do say, oh, he's gonna destroy the world, right? It's not like Whitebeard even he smiles at that. He's like, oh yeah, my power, right? He's not denying anything. Like, Whitebeard's not a liar, right?
Like,
so
yeah, exactly.
Why would he not? Why would Oda say that in the very next panel have him smiling?
Exactly. Why would they say that? Like they just told everybody, yes, he has the power to destroy the world. Even in another translation, it says that he has the power to destroy this very world. Like,
yeah, that's just more emphasis.
Exactly. In the data books, it says that he attained the strongest in the world, and well before the great age of pirates, he had immense power and an ability that could destroy the world. All right.
And
so,
also, and like with some scaling you found, like I remember, like if you haven't seen Omega's, the newest Luffy video, I recommend you go watch it. It's very helpful. I'm probably gonna end up using your hotkey like amplifier for my own, Luffy video if you do not mind.
You're fine.
And basically, you kind of found that basically just to destroy like the One Piece verse, it would be at least probably star level, if at least that, right?
Right. At least star level, right?
And we're not saying that Ace scales to this, but like I said, even if you would say he's at least going, if Ace is just using like 1 out of 100 of the power against Whitebeard, which is very generous, right? That would still be large planetary, if not dwarf star level, maybe small star level. So, yeah, exactly. You can safely say that Ace is hitting those large planetary scales quite casually. Not to mention if you had the whole armament hockey thing, which is like you said it's like 375 times amp, right?
Oh yeah, I would say it was like 375 amp. Yeah, right.
Yeah, so you could easily argue shit like that, and also that would also count for the speed, making them much faster, and I would say that's really good for Ace. And before I go on to some other stuff about Natsu's speed or power, I like to go over his abilities. I think the elephant in the room is like, wait a minute, could Natsu eat Ace? And what I have to say to that is yes, but you have to understand.
Oh, are we going into hacks?
I want to go that before I go out over my last part for Natsu.
Okay.
So, for yes, his like Logia type have two forms. They're like elemental form and they're like, natural form. His elemental form, he just becomes fire. Yes, Natsu should be able to eat that, but that's not killing Ace, if you know what I mean.
Right.
Like, it won't kill him. If anything, it might give him an amp to just like punch his internal organs or something like that and stuff. And but like, of course, I would say it would be more in his favor to stay inside his physical form, so he doesn't just like get eaten. And yes, and if someone say, oh, all of Ace's attacks won't even do anything to Natsu because of fire, well, one, he has armament hockey, which would do something. Like that's gonna do something.
Exactly.
And two, I remember Ace does have that one plasma type attack. I forgot what it's called, and it's like fairy something, right? What's it called? Like, you know what I'm talking about? It's like, it looks green. Like, what's it called?
It fireflies.
Yeah, that fire. Yeah, in which is a direct reference of an olden times one, and even now times when sailing in an old like pirate boat, there would be in lightning storms, plasma would emit from the very top, and which is it's really you have to dive into it, but like which that would be a plasma type attack. And I know some people say, oh, Natsu can eat whatever he wants. I've shown many times. Yes, Natsu's eaten other elements besides his own, but one, it drastically brings him down, and two, it still has to be magical based. We're not talking about devil fruit. Devil fruit is not magic. It's like it will not scale to that.
Exactly.
And that's just one, and that's kind of all of Natsu's hacks. He has like the casual fire shit and other form. He can attack souls, he can burn souls, but like he's not really a hacksy guy. He's not that hacked. He's like, I call it the meathead syndrome. Basically, most anime characters, all they have is their strength and speed. They don't have anything else to offer to the table.
Exactly.
Well, actually,
I was going to post this here because I actually found more fucking proof that Whitebeard indeed can destroy the planet. It's been stated even in the Japanese versions, he has the power to destroy the world and destroy the very world itself. So yeah,
this is very constant. And what I was about to say, I guess Natsu does have a technical new ability. If you've read the fairy tale, says Natsu can enter his heaven, like not heaven, but he can enter like beta heaven, right? I don't know why, but he can, and there he can meet all of his dead family or friends, and he meets Zeref, and Zeref's like, hey, you want help? And he's like, okay, and he just teaches him a new spell, which is like he teaches him astral projection, which has two variants of it, and Natsu should have both. One, he can, like, how in Bleach when Ichigo got kicked out of his body, became like a soul reaper with the glove.
Right.
If you would do that to Natsu, he would actually just have an astral variant of himself, a ghost version of himself. He can go through walls, do all the type of ghost stuff, right? And he can even harm ghosts. But it also has a second variant where it can create a physical clone of yourself. You've only ever seen people able to create two of them, and a physical identical clone of yourself that can act. It's like a Shadow Clone Jutsu, only just one.
Interesting. Okay.
So he could make a second version of himself, and he does have an astral awareness. But like that's kind of all of the hacksy abilities he has. I think you should take on all of the hacksy abilities A should have, because I don't know all of them.
Jeez. Okay. So we got some good stuff going on for
Oh wait. Wait, I have a question.
Yeah.
Could Ace see ghosts? The observation hockey would allow you to see ghosts, and he does have that, right?
Yes.
Okay, so that's okay. I just want to make sure that's like, he could just make a clone, pull a Madara with a limbo clone, but he would still see that.
Yeah, he would definitely see this.
Okay, just want to make sure. But like, yeah, continue.
I was gonna say like we got a lot of things going on for Natsu here, and especially got some good hacks lately.
Yeah.
where like are we gonna move on to like straight up hacks at this point, or are we gonna like?
Yes, I would rather let you talk about some hacks before I move on to my final portion of some cool stuff Natsu has done, and anyway, I also have something for Ace I want to put out there, but like I want to hear like his abilities first from you.
Oh, okay. Let's see. One second. Let me get the thing. Okay. Wait, that's wrong. Oops. That is definitely wrong. What the hell happened? Alright, there we go. So we got things going on for Ace here. Like, for instance, he has hockey. And we know hockey, the three types of hockey: Conqueror's hockey, observation hockey, and ornament hockey. Which is pretty much like willpower manifestation. Or you could just say like spiritual power, if you want to say. So I'm going to go over his devil fruit, and then I'm going to go over his hockey. So his devil fruit is literally a Logia type, which is the rarest in One Piece. Well, one of the rarest, and we got more rare things coming on for itself.
Yeah, like the mythical. Wait, real quick, what do you prefer, Logias or Zoan / mythical Zoans?
Mythical zones are even more rare than Logias.
Because like I like the fact that Logias make you intangible if you can activate it, but the mythical zones recovery speed just out of the world.
Oh yes, it completely outclasses all three. Yeah, it completely outclasses like Logias, their durability and shit. So yes, I agree.
Anyway, back to the he has all hockey, like you said.
Yeah, the Marinomi, which is the flame flute, which is a Logia type fruit that allows him to become the element of fire itself, and allows him to control flames from his bodies in various ways. And it also grants him immunity to fire. So, of course, because he's fire itself, he has immunity to fire. It makes sense. So this both gives him fire manipulation and intangibility, or elemental intangibility. So there's that.
So basically, the only thing that would be able to harm, Ace from Natsu's attacks is pure fist and his lightning dragon mode, which actually convenient. Natsu actually swore off using that.
Oh yeah, he does have lightning dragon mode, right?
But Natsu actually swore off using that.
Oh, okay. So we're not gonna count that.
He kind of went back on his word just to humor Gashio, but he swore off using that because he wanted to be more like a dragon, make his father proud. So he swore off using lightning and be more of his like fire, like his roots. He actually swore off so he barely ever uses it. That's why he almost never uses it anymore. He swore off using it.
Okay, that makes sense. Well, if that's
I just want to say it's an interesting fact. It's like the fact.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine.
So very few stuff that can hurt Ace from Natsu's side. And if he does become intangible, and you say, oh, he'll eat the fire, like I already said, that won't hurt Ace. Anything, it could maybe put Natsu in a bad time.
Oh, especially, yes. Now, I do want to get in touch with that after I explain his abilities. I want to get in touch with that because that is the key factor of this fight here. But now he does have like inorganic physiology, which means he can turn himself into fire. So there's no way you're gonna hurt him. Like, of course not.
Yeah.
And he also has regeneration. Now, I did explain that Logia type users have a different way of why they're nigh invincible in the first place. Now, Logias on a fundamental level, they are that element, right? You cannot harm them unless you're gonna hurt them on a fundamental level or on a spiritual level. Just force them back to their human state. Their human state is pretty much protected from the element that they are. You cannot harm them, which is why they can regenerate. Right? They can regenerate from this. And it doesn't matter what you do to them, they can regenerate.
Which is our pretty type 3 type regeneration, which is like instant regeneration.
Exactly.
Of course, we're not saying he can regenerate from everything. We're saying he has like if he was fighting in his elemental form, he would have a form of type 3 regeneration.
Exactly. There's no way you can harm him because he's that element. If he was shoots him, it doesn't work. It doesn't work.
No, another thing, Ace is the type of person to always have his thing active. So if you want to say when the fight starts, Well, as we already covered, he's not reaching Ace's speed, but he would most likely activate his elemental form so he can get so Natsu wouldn't be able to actually hurt him.
Exactly.
Just see, that's just in character for him to do. He's not like Goku, be like, okay, I'll just wait out, let him see what he can do, then actually start going off.
Right.
And I think that covers most of their abilities.
Oh well, well, there's more things.
There's more?
Yeah, there's more
because
because since the novels they go more into deep in his character. So yeah.
Okay.
So the other things he can do, well, of course he has body control because in the Logan forms they can pretty much control their bodies of what they can do, which is why they can avoid attacks, even from hockey users. They can avoid attacks by manipulating their own body. So
I kind of like how Carnage does in the comics. He can just like open parts of him, so it won't they'll go through him.
Exactly.
Like
Exactly. This is how Okiji avoided Whitebeard's attack as well. So Ace can do the damn same thing. Now we already went over that he has fire manipulation, so he also has heat manipulation right there. He has weather manipulation, limited weather manipulation, because because he is able to clear away a bad weather like blizzards and make it sunny with his presence. Yes.
Oh man, that's actually cool. Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So in the novels, I'm gonna get into deeper touch of this or like how this happened. In the novels, Ace's hockey has been described by Shanks and Ben Beckman to be a fiery type in nature, to the point that Ace's very presence was able to stop a blizzard on an entire island for as long as he was there.
So, if you are wondering what's the good thing about that's a great weather manipulation. Also, if you want to do the scaling thing, if most people don't notice, moving clouds actually can be very, very hard. And just the fact that now, if we say this whole weather was covering the entire island, which most islands in One Piece are, like I said, continental size, that would mean he would be moving it's like instantaneously, right?
Yes, this instantly happened.
So that means that could easily get them to. That's another. You can even argue that would most feats that have shit like that, like multi-continental casually. But due to the size,
I was gonna show you the island. Yeah, I'm about to show you the island that he stopped it from snowing. This is the island.
Okay, yeah. So I'm pretty and. Most, in normal terms, I know there's a calculation I've been looking at for My Hero when they fought against Sinai, how they cleared that entire blizzard sky. That is calced at multi-continental, conveniently. But I was gonna actually redo that calc, and the fact that this island most likely is much bigger, you can easily get to much higher.
Exactly, and this is only with his hockey.
I want you guys to know the One Piece planet is extremely large. The fact that it was stated to have over 2 million islands on it,
right?
That's basically almost 2 million continents on the planet.
Exactly.
I'm not saying they're all that size. I'm saying it's generalized that each of the most remember in the movie, right? When the movie without the X admiral, right? They have that island. Other islands are casually counted being continental. So. I'm not saying Oda knows what the size of a continent looks like, but his hand must, because he casually draws these islands the size of continents. So
exactly.
And this feat would make it. I would easily argue him doing that would be multi-continental. If not, I would probably argue the level. But regardless.
Exactly. It's very impressive of what Ace can do, and this is only before he met. This is before he met Luffy again. He can do this, so he's heavily downplayed by a lot of people, especially the versus battle community. He's very underrated, and this is only with hockey.
Doesn't versus battle have city level?
No, they have him country level.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yes. Yeah, they got him country level, and only faster than light. That's it.
I mean. Yeah, whatever. They're doing better. Nowhere near as good, but better.
There's also things he can also do. He also can create weapons with his flames, such as spears and dragons. Um,
Most slow yes know how to like should do that. Like I mean, especially like Kuzar and what's the ice guy's name again? I forgot his name. Yeah,
Okiji.
yeah, they casually create stuff with like swords and stuff like that. So
Exactly.
it would make total sense for Ace to be able to do shit like I don't know. It makes sense.
Exactly. And don't forget that not only can create force fields with flames, he can also create light with his flames. He can also create homing attacks because he can combine his observation hockey with his flames, allowing him to attack and manipulate the flames that he's using to where they're going or where they going ahead. And especially he can read movements with this as well before they even do it. So there's also that. And not only that, but he also has extreme high resistance against extreme heat and fire manipulation, coldness or ice, and madness manipulation, mind manipulation, and soul manipulation with his willpower. Because through sheer willpower, they can resist losing their minds when absorbing shadows, just like how Luffy did. With shadows being strong-willed people are difficult to control, so that means that his if you have like some kind of way to overpower his will, it will not work on Ace. And pretty much since Luffy was able to control this, we know Ace is way stronger than a Luffy in pre-time skip. He's way stronger than him. It's been stated that he's stronger than him. So Ace, with his Congress Hockey, should able to be strong enough to handle against a stronger willed character. And also, this allows him to even rebel against more Miura Pact, who unusually immediately submits to a shadow to his supremacy and orders. And spiritual energy is contained in one's life, on one's soul or one's life. And this energy is represented by fighting power or the hockey itself. And pretty much those with strong souls, such as like shadows, can resist the effects of soul manipulation. So that explains why that happens, especially against Big Mom. She has the soul fruit. If you have a strong will, it would not work against her. So that's all for Ace. Yeah, that's pretty much all for Ace abilities right there. So I should go into hockey, right? Shall I explain hockey?
Yes, yeah. Most hockey. Yeah. Wait, he doesn't have any advanced hockeys. Like he only has the regular old hockeys, like the base states, right? Just wondering. Is there no advanced
I mean, I would say they're base states, and pretty much he's really
Okay.
skilled with it. So
That's fine. There's nothing wrong with not having the advanced versions. You have to just be born with it. But like the advanced versions would help. Like the fact that the advanced observation hockey gives you precognition.
Yes. The advanced observation hockey gives you pretty much future sight. You can just see the future straight forward. The Conquerors, pretty much Conquerors hockey. He unlocked this when he was only 10 years old. Like this is way before Luffy did it. So like yes, Ace had Conquerors hockey able to unlock this. Is pretty much able to knock out weaker willed characters. And according to Oda, he said that Conquerors hockey is an ability that if you're not on their level, you will be knocked out. It doesn't matter. So if you're weaker than Ace, you will get knocked out because you're a waste of time, as Oda put it. And of course, it says that also those with strong wills are able to resist it. But if you're not worth his time, he can potentially knock you out if you're not strong enough. Well, this explains why Kaido was able to knock out Luffy so casually with his Conqueror's Haki, because he's able to infuse it with his attacks. This probably explains why. So that's a little note I want to put in. So yeah. So how are we gonna like do this for this fight? Are we gonna like go straight into who will win and stuff like that? Oh, is he? Hello?
I'm back. I'm
Oh,
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm back.
oh, you good? You good?
Right. I heard everything. I disconnected for a second, but yeah, I heard everything you said. Sorry about that.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine. Did you want to do like Natsu?
Yes.
Okay.
Now I already went over most of Natsu's. There's nothing. I'm not gonna say. He has like a Bible verse of useless abilities that will not help in this fight. I already went over all the attacks he does have, like his astral projection magic. It's kind of cool that not in their verse they're not limited to one magic. Like Natsu actually has magic that this would really help. But back to the thing. So yeah, there's something. So I went over some basic feats for Natsu and Fairy Tail verse. There's some other feats. Now I'm gonna say another kind of lower one, which I do have, and I'm gonna say after this I will say something I do know of for Ace to give him an amp. So in one of the arcs of Fairy Tail, now this was an anime only arc. I just want to say real quick, but real quick, the creator designed the story and characters and plot for the whole thing, so you can argue it is canon, and it wasn't even referenced in the manga, but you can take it how you leave it. I just want to say this real quick.
All right.
So in said arc, it was stated that it's it's the celestial spirit arc, the shadow, it's the eclipse spirit arc. Basically, everyone in that arc, all of the celestial spirits, they turn evil because of what happened in the previous arc of the Grand Magic Games, and yeah, and they're all evil. They're all much stronger, right? They basically say like Loki, if he fought his eclipse version of him, he would get destroyed instantly. But like, what's important about that is that there's two characters that casually, or do some very high feats. One being the 13th celestial spirit that creates all 12 realms, right?
Right.
For each of the people to live in, and three of the realms are depicted to have stars in it, and one of those realms is stated to have a sun in it, right? And Natsu casually bats an eye at her and she's done. Like, he's even joking, saying, hey, can you check my teeth out? I haven't gone to a doctor in years. And casually defeats her. Even after that, she turns all of the celestial spirits into constellations. And what's more important is they see the celestial spirit king that has also been turned into a eclipse spirit. And the cool thing about that is he's casually eating planets like it's nothing. Even by the looks of it, is how he's eating the planets. He's creating these pockets on him that do look like black holes. I'm not saying they are. I'm saying that's another cool thing about him. And he also ate the constellations, which are solar systems. And he is doing all of this, and was also stated. I actually I said this in one of my videos. I made a little template for it. I'm putting it in the thing right now.
All right.
It was stated that the celestial spirit realm has a different time space and does have a story background, and most realms depicted with the story background are depicted as like multi-solar system to galaxy, potentially not real, but multi-solar system to galaxy level. And Natsu, and he is actually the only one that is comparable to the Celestial Spirit King, because he is, well, in all fairness, absolutely destroying him. He even goes inside him, and the other people are losing. They only start to win when Natsu. It's like the Meliodas versus the Demon King thing. When the Demon King was fighting Bond, he was winning. But when Meliodas on the inside started to lose, then the Demon King on the outside started to win. Vice versa. That was going on, right?
Right.
He actually ends up destroying his entire celestial body, which on the inside has also stars inside it, quite casually. And that would put Natsu at solar system to galaxy level, just like that. And I know you can argue that's a non-canon arc, and if you do, that's fine. But there's something you might want to look into, and so that's something not even at the end of. That's not even the highest feat Natsu does have, but that's an interesting feat not that many people talk about.
I mean, that is very interesting. That is like way higher than I really thought. But then again, we have like characters like White Mage Zera, who is able to control the entire like space time of the universe and stuff like that.
Yeah, I was gonna get to that. I was gonna say something about like Ace first because I'm gonna be releasing this video soon. I'm actually just finishing editing up my, thank God, final video for Asta and Black Clover for a long time, and I'm gonna be making a video showing how big the One Piece planet is. And I'm not gonna spoil the whole thing, but the premise of my thing is the fact that Kuzar had to travel just to get to a different island, and it took him a few days. And if you assume that's 2 days, it took him to travel against an island, and he is light speed. That's his fruit, right? The light. Would you agree?
Right.
Hamburger.
Yeah, I agree.
He traveled. It took him 2 days to do that. Just to get out of our solar system, light would have to travel at least 5 hours, and it took him, if we assume 2 days, then that means it took him at least 48 hours to get to the island, which basically means he traversed, in terms of lengthwise, a solar system he traversed about 9.6 solar systems, and that's just the distance between 2 islands on the One Piece planet. Now, that means that means you could casually get destroying the whole feed about Whitebeard destroying the One Piece planet. Easily, you can get that to like solar systems level. If you see what I mean, what I'm getting at, right?
Yeah, I get what you mean.
And like I said, even just one, that's just the distance between islands. So you can obviously upscale from that. And like I said before, just the fact that if we assume he was at least doing 1/100th of his power against Ace, which is a massive low ball, then that would still be solar system, if generous, maybe large star level.
Well,
you know what I mean.
If we were to take this into consideration, some people actually did calculate the entire planet of the One Piece being at least 1/3 of the size of the sun.
Oh damn! Oh, yeah. Was that Idea Shock?
Oh no, this is I'm gonna put it here. It's from this.
Get it? Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's the feat we're talking about. How most of the islands are like that big. But yeah, and you can go any way you like at calculating this. I'm just trying to. I like the fact that it's interesting. The fact it took light at least 2 days to get to another island, which is why I'll be releasing a video solely on that topic eventually, very soon. And if you do that, that means you can easily get Ace to Natsu's levels of that. But as you kind of brought up, Zeref, when attained the Fairy Heart, was stated to have complete and utter dominion over space and time, or space-time. I don't know, it was space-time. In some scans you see space and time, but in other scans you see space-time.
Right.
And either way, that, in my eyes, is a fourth dimensional feed, but I know people would say, oh, you're wrong, he's just talking about the magic. The magic isn't actually space and time, which, one, whatever, if you really want to say that. Two, it was also stated in that form he had an infinite amount of magic. I see that more of he's saying he has an infinite supply rather than infinite power, if you know what I mean.
Exactly, yeah.
But still, infinite something would also help with that. Not to mention, he was just gonna destroy the entire timeline, just like that, which is a multiversal feat. But a lot of people don't if you destroy a timeline, you're destroying the universe and the constructs within it, which is usually put at multiversal. But I know, and you probably don't want to argue that, and if you do really say, oh, he's not actually using real time, it's just his magic, that's fine. But then we literally get, not even a whole chapter later, Acnologia had to eat through time itself, not magic, just time, to get out of there. And he said he attained power that was beyond or transcended time itself, which would be fifth dimensional. And yes, Natsu does not scale to Acnologia until he gets to the 100-year quest, which he's able to box with dragons, like Alderaan. That is which was stated, if Natsu was to, also so all the 5 dragon gods were stated to be bare minimum at least a little stronger, if not equal, to Acnologia. And even Ignia was trying to search for Agnologios. He was more than confident he could beat him. He even says all of the dragon gods have far surpassed Agnologia. And Alderun's little minion said, if you even dream of hurting Alderun, you would have to be 1 billion times stronger than when he fought against Mechaphoria, which is the water dragon god. And that in that form also was he was I dubbed the fire dragon god mode. He did not scale to that until afterwards he fought Alderun, and then he fights even more powerful dragons like Selena, the moon dragon god, which also was stated to destroy an entire time space before. That one's a little iffy because I have a whole video talking about that, but that's a little iffy, but still. So we have these casual universal feats, multiversal quite casually, and yeah, and I don't really see, and that's really casual. Don't think I'm highballing anything. That's just like kind of casual for, Natsu. They kind of built it up for that, saying these guys are stronger. And then another issue is speed feat is before he even fights Fairy Heart Zeref, you see that he's fighting against someone. Her name is Daily Gala. I don't know, something like that. She can stop time, right? It was stated by her when Natsu entered his END state, he could move in that stop time, and Natsu is much stronger than his END, like far surpassed it, which would make him, have infinite speed. And like I even argued in my Zeref versus Aizen fight, you could argue that Zeref has immeasurable speed due to him being able to travel through time, but you can also argue that's just the spell at work, whatever you want to argue. But infinite speed is a very, very prominent. He just could casually move and stop time, which I don't really see Ace pulling a.
Oh well, I have a few issues with this. Okay, so for the start of it, I would say that the dragons are stronger than Aglanoglia, right? I think
just Acne. Yeah, I just call him Acne.
Acne. All right, Acne. So Acne over here. Now we don't know if they say by like normally they're stronger than Aggie over here, like by normal means, or do they mean by when after he devoured the ruins of the time or something like that?
You're right about that. I know a lot of people actually do try to debunk stuff like that, which I would agree with that. But my one thing with that, I don't want to cut you off. Were you saying? I'll let you finish. Sorry.
I was about to say if they do mean by the times of ruins like I amped up Aglanoli, then okay, that's very impressive. Like, oh yeah, and definitely, most definitely, then Natsu is way stronger than he actually was. But the thing about that is, there was also another issue. Natsu needed a power up in order to defeat this Aglanoglia form.
Yes, I agree. At the end of Fairy Tail, no way in any shape or form Natsu could have even stood a chance against Agnologia. And if you do go with the fact that they're not talking the fact that are they stronger than Agnologia pre Times of Ruins or after Times of Ruins, which is all depends on what you think, which I do have something that can prove that they were talking about it, then yes. And my thing was saying how I can prove that I could argue that they were talking about afterwards is because Ignia, he was searching for Agnologia, right?
Right.
And he was searching, and he heard of everything what went down within Magnolia, and he heard everything. He heard that a human which he actually said, a human claiming to be Ignia's son, Ignial's son, was the one responsible for defeating Agnologia, which means he also must have heard of the whole Times of Ruins, etc., and he must have known what was going down. If he was actually trying to search, and he said he knew what Agnologia's power was, which I would argue he knew his preamp power up. I would argue that. I can obviously see if you don't argue that. I can obviously see that.
Well, I think it would make sense, But the issue here is that they know that what his capabilities can do, right? They know what he can do. Like, he can eat any kind of magic. I mean, of course, that's like OP as it is. And yeah, they did say like a human did defeat Aglaonolia, but then again, we have like all the other characters that also defeat Aglaonolia. Like, they actually have him stand still while they had to beat him, because like the main body of Aglaonolia was just nuking shit, right? And they had to go face Aggie over here in this time of ruins, or no, like in a spiritual way. I have no fucking clue, but yeah, in fact, yeah, Natsu. The fact that they say, "Oh, a human did it," it's completely like out of proportion, because like it's pretty much he have the combined powers of the Dragon Slayers in order to beat him. That was the only reason that they won. In fact,
that's why I say he does not scale to him with inside the ending of the thing. He only does start scaling when he fights, like in the 100-year quest.
Yeah.
Within, he's fighting like someone like Alderaan, which is a billion times stronger. And if we do go with the low end, saying okay, they were only talking about him before he actually ate the Times of Ruins, which I would argue they weren't, only because of what Ignir was talking to, how he knew everything would happen. But regardless, that would still make Natsu Universal Plus multiversal if you buy the fact that Zeref was gonna destroy, if you want to say that was pure AP wise. And the reason why is just Natsu does scale to very hard Zeref. Like, he didn't get any like help from anyone else. He kind of fought him on terms.
Oh, actually, he did get help. You remember that he got one shot.
Yeah, fair. Yes, he did get help because he did die instantly. And then with Lucy with the whole
the book of END
book and like friendship, and that was like a separate amp though in power. Like, it never showed him ever lose. Like, it was like a Zenkai boost. I like to see it. It's not like they actually gave him power. No, they just wrote saying he came back to life and making it like if Zeref died, he would still be around, right? That was all that happened, right?
Yeah, and honestly, to be honest, by a narrative standpoint, that is the dumbest fucking thing ever.
Yes, very much.
Yeah.
I would have rather seen Natsu, Zeref, and Aglaonolia all duke it out in a 3-way deadlock. That's what a lot of people wished happened.
Actually, I would prefer if Zeref didn't have this power up. That way, this whole bullshit wouldn't make sense. Like, I would have them like fight each other like in their base, and and then we have Natsu actually winning against him, because Zeref was already OP as he was. Like he was already OP with his death manipulation abilities. Like, come on. Like, what was the point of the power amp? Like, he could have got that before, right? And then like if Natsu was too much, then he went into that form, and then they started duking it out because they're equally matched. Stuff like that. But the fact that he was already in this form and Natsu just overwhelming this form is completely bullshit, and it doesn't make any sense, because basically, isn't Natsu just a normal human being?
He's he is a normal human being, yes, but due to Zeref bringing him back to life, he became part demon, and due to the Dragon Slayer magic, which physically changes your biology, he's also part dragon, why he was actually dying, because his demon and dragon part could not cope with the fact that there was just 3 things at once, which is why he had to just not use END.
And
he was dying of cancer basically.
Yeah, and that's the thing though. Like, didn't Natsu reject these 2 seeds that was growing in him, and they died out? So wouldn't
he did reject them, but I think it was staying in the 100-year quest that the power of END still dwelled within inside him, and
what?
It still dwells within inside him, something like that. I don't know.
That sounds like bullshit.
It should not happen, because since Zeref's dead, that means technically every demon is also dead. No, I was thinking about the other day. So does that make Zeref the devil? If he was in the fairy tale terms, he would be the devil in a way.
Exactly. So if that's the case, then why ain't Natsu's dead? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We're getting off track here. Like it
Yeah.
was.
Anyway, but if you even do with go with the low end saying Ignia had no idea what the times of runes were. It was like, okay, he had no idea of that. He only knew of the previous stuff. That would still make Natsu quite casually universal plus because he was able to fight him and he was able to fight people that were said to be stronger than Acnologia. And in Acnologia, like even like August said, the only way there stood a chance against Acnologia. This is before he ate the Times of Runes. If he gained the Fairy Heart, which, you know, of course, after he ate the Times of Runes, he got much stronger. But that's the only way he actually could have stood a chance. And even as seen with his Fire Dragon God mode, it did burn his hands, like scorched his hands in the same way Flames of Motion did. Which, if you want to argue, that power up Natsu gained after coming back to life, like, you know, was temporarily, which I don't, there's no indication that it was. And his new Fire Dragon God mode
Right.
kind of like fills in for that power up, and plus fighting dragons that are like 1 billion times stronger than the last, kind of sets in being quite casually much higher than universal, even if you go with the low end. And if you do excuse the whole time stuff and not count that, then there is the fact, like I said, the whole Celestial Spirit arc, you know, getting them to galaxy level, and if you can drastically upscale the other characters, and you could most likely end up with Universal as well. I actually did a video all that about Gray, and I did clock him out like Universal Plus anyway.
Okay, so
that scaling.
All right, so we got a universal Natsu, right?
That was stayed to move at infinite speed. That's just hit.
Oh, yeah, the infinite speed I do want to discuss. So, the whole infinite speed feat, is this when he unlocked his END form? Is that what you
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So I actually want to explain what actually happened. So, yes, indeed, Natsu was unaffected by, you know, stop time. But, and this is only by hacks. And the only reason I'm saying is by hacks is because END is starting to awaken. His END abilities are starting to awaken. If this was Natsu just normally, it would not work. Like we have Zeref who's able to stop time, right? He's able to stop time way before Natsu is able to unlock this, right? And
yeah, like the first time we see him
right.
start to use his powers in the Tartaros arc.
Yeah, that arc, right? That arc. Of course, he can choose who to stop time, right? He could choose.
We're not saying Natsu could casually move and stop time way back when. That would not make sense.
Yeah, it doesn't. So that's why
light speed at that time.
Right, and this is like I'm saying. This is only with END. With Hex, he's able to resist time stop. Now, him moving in stop time, this has to be with raw speed alone, right? It has to be raw speed alone to order to be infinite or immeasurable, right?
Yes.
So the reason why I'm saying this is because since END is starting to awaken, and we know that it's been stated in the same scan that he has the power to rival the gods, right?
To be fair, he kind of killed a god like a few arcs ago.
Oh yeah, the god, the god of war, yeah.
Ares.
So with END, END actually explains all the bullshit Natsu can actually do, because END was stated to be the strongest demon in you know, Zeref's Book of Demons. Of course, is able to pretty much one shot every character.
Something I was thinking about, it was stated that it was stated that END was the only thing that could theoretically kill, like, you know, that could theoretically kill Zeref.
Right.
But it was also the way one, you know, Zeref has a little talk with Acnologia, made it sound like, okay, Zeref, Acnologia, and END Natsu would be, like, you know, of course, Fairy Heart Zeref, as stated, August said he would need to go Fairy Heart, and I'm talking about like, Time Ravage, like Acnologia. And it was making it sound like if all three of those people would fight, you know, it'd most likely be even, which that means END Natsu could contend with a Acnologia, but then there's the slight thing that Acnologia said he never feared END. It depends on what you believe on.
Right.
But in this fight, would you be giving Natsu access to END? Would you be giving him access to that?
I would say no, because E&D is featless as fuck. Like, we only see him fight a Gray who has the Demon Slayer magic, right? I think that's right.
Yes.
Yeah. So we have him fight Demon Slayer
Well, it
magic.
depends which version. It says devil. I prefer the term devil
Oh,
slayer.
Devil
It
Slayer.
rolls off the tongue.
Yeah. So we have like E&D barely showing any feats. They're just fighting, and then we have Urza in base form, just casually
Okay,
just stops them. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, okay, fine. Urza's a different person. We don't talk about Urza. Like, she scares like gods. Like, come on.
I mean, Urza is full of bullshit. She's even more bullshit than Natsu. Like,
Like, what the hell? Like, she literally makes their guild leader scared. Like, oh, also
Like how?
in the 100-year quest, right? Natsu actually fights their guild leader because someone possesses him and makes him dramatically stronger, and he defeats him in one punch.
that sounds like some cap. Actually, well,
But
he didn't use Fairy's Law, and we know how OP Fairy Law is.
In my opinion, Fairy Law, I'm gonna be making a tier list in the future saying top like 10 most overpowered anime attacks, and Fairy Law is just
Yeah, it's up there. Yeah, it's up there. It's really up there. Oh, but also I do want to say that since E&D is basically featless, barely does anything, I wouldn't count it. Because Dragon Force showing more things. I was just saying, like, Dragon Force shown more than what E&D did. That's all I'm just saying.
there we go. Yes, I would agree with that, but here's the thing, right? We know that E&D was the only thing that could defeat Zeref,
Right?
and we see a Dragon Force Natsu able to fight Zeref without his, time heart, which would mean he would be on that level now, if you know what I'm saying. So, which means he would have that speed if he could contend with that version of Zeref.
Wait,
Unless you
wait,
want
wait.
to say that
Is
E&D
that-
is so drastically stronger and faster that he would not scale to the, infinite speed, but I don't think so.
The thing I don't agree to the infinite speed, because we know Gray, he's not infinite in speed. Like, what the fuck? Like, like the dude's barely fighting against what's his name? The other not fire, the ice user, but he has like greater ice.
Yeah, his best friend.
Yeah, his best friend. Yeah, Leon. There's no way in hell if Gray had infinite speed, he was speedless as dude, like, easily. Like, no. That's why I say E&D.
I chalk that up to just bullshit, but I do see what you're saying.
Yeah. So I think that's it's just hacks, basically.
I can see you arguing that, which if you do not want to take in the whole infinite speed thing, okay, but you do kind of have to accept the universal thing. There's no way to avoid Natsu, especially in the 100-year arc, is quite casually universal.
Yeah,
So,
I would. Well, if we're doing the whole universal thing, then I agree. If you're saying like base Natsu is stronger than that amp power up that he got from the 7 Dragon Slayers, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I would. Okay, if you go with that meta, then he is 5th dimensional, which I do personally go with. But like I said, if we go with the fact that Ignia did not have any idea of the Times of Runes, that would mean he would only be Universal Plus, which still is very, very good, because Acme Loga could contend with a very hard Zeref, would make him Universal Plus as well.
Interesting. I would say maybe with the Universal Plus thing. Now he did win against what the fuck his name? Fuck. Zeref. Yeah, he went against Zeref. But we know that even with all the amped up power up he got, it did absolutely nothing to Zeref. The only reason why he even survived is because Lucy rewrote in the book of E&D. We don't know what she write, but she rewrote in the book so that way he can come back to life. You said what?
She wrote her fanfic.
Yeah, she pretty much wrote a fanfic Natsu would never lose no matter what, which is pretty much the most bullshit plot armor I have ever seen.
Well, I actually do have to get going, but and yes, if I can see why you would not agree with that, I personally do But if you do not agree with that, then I would say Ace should take the speed. But there is, I mean, I don't know if you agree with this or not, but there's an interesting thing that inside the arc I was talking about where we actually like galaxy to solar system feats, right?
Right.
Natsu, one going inside the Eclipse Celestial Spirit King, he has stars within inside his place. He has to. Okay, would you agree that Natsu's faster than Happy?
Yes. Well,
Okay,
yeah,
and
definitely.
would you agree that when he's flying him, Natsu boosts him with his fire as we see on his feet, right?
Right.
Well, he's traveling. We see he even does the whole like cliche like Star Wars light speed interdimensional thing, and he's flying light years just to get to the center.
Ah.
Which in that means you could argue he is like massively faster than light, but I could see why not. I don't. That one's a little iffy, but either way he is still faster than light. But I just don't see any way that Ace could make up for the power gap.
The power grab, I agree. Yes, Ace is not that powerful, but then again, I don't know about the multiplier of the hockey, and then hockey is able to pretty much harm and amplify their attacks as well. And if Ace has the armor hockey, Ace is gonna be fucking up Natsu and stuff like that, because Natsu cannot harm, and he can't harm Ace no matter what. It's just yeah.
Hey, you mind if I just cut in here and like add a little bit onto the argument?
Yeah.
So you're mentioning multipliers, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
How much do you think hockey multiplies? Again, like all of it, not just normal hockey, but like everything Ace has. How much does all of his abilities combine multiplying by?
If we add him with hockey, then with his flames, we never see him actually use hockey with his flames because he's a Logan. I don't know how I don't even know how that works. But
I mean, his flames wouldn't do much. Natsu eats flames, so.
Oh, you said what?
Natsu eats flames, so I mean.
Yeah, Natsu eats flame. That's the whole thing about this whole battle. That would decide the battle.
Yeah, no. What if Natsu just grabs Ace and starts eating?
Actually, it won't work unless he turns into the element. So him trying to eat him won't straight up work.
Well, okay, the issue is either.
Did say even if he did eat him, that would not hurt Ace because it's not like he is hurting Ace, he's just eating him, which would refill him, but that would also leave Natsu potentially open for internal attacks if he decides to go inside him. But like that would not hurt Ace, and there's no sign that would kill him either. But it would probably fill him up.
You'd kind of have to assume that like he digests the fire somehow. Like there's just not just fire sitting in his belly.
Actually, I do have a fair argument. Now we know Logias can endlessly use their abilities. It's been not shown that they can just pretty much have a limit of how much they can use their abilities. That they can literally use an unlimited supply of their ability. So if Natsu did eat, can he eat infinitely? Has it been shown that he can eat infinite flames?
Well, what does that mean?
Like, if Natsu starts to eat him, right? Has it ever been shown that he can eat flames endlessly?
I mean, because the issue with that is we don't exactly know how his digestive system works, but we can make an assumption, right?
Actually, it was explained in the first episode how it works.
It was explained in the first episode?
It was?
Yeah. His lungs are coated with dragon scales, which protect him from...
Okay, we know it protects him, but, how the fire itself digests.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. Does he eat it into his stomach,
We can make an assumption, though, because the thing is that it, instantly gives him power, right?
Right,
If it instantly gives him power, that must mean he's instantly digesting it in some way. Because you can't just draw the fuel source from the flame and the flame still be there.
Well,
which means as soon as the flame goes in him, he's drawing the fuel source, the power, and he's using it. Which means that it's gonna be pretty instant. It's like
that's the thing of yes, he does turn it instantly, but that's after he's done eating. because he has to absorb it, right? Absorb it into his stomach, and then he can turn it into power.
Okay, but the thing is, have we ever seen him like eat half a fireball and say, "Oh, I have to eat the entire fireball"? You know, like I don't think that's ever happened where he's only.
No, he can just, if it's not God fire, which he can't eat. If he dumps his whole body out, he would be able to eat it. But as I said, I actually have to get going.
And yeah, that's kind of why I started to pitch in myself.
Yeah. The way I see it, if you go with the low balls, he's just still massively stronger. And I do say I don't see any way that the whole speed thing. If we say we do give him END, then would you agree on the infinite speed thing? If we do give it to him,
yeah, you give him to. If you want to say like infinite speed, like, because I think it's hacks, but if you want to say infinite speed, yeah.
But the thing is, like I said before, he was able to contend with Zeref. That was stated that could only fight him was END, which would mean Zeref would also have infinite speed. And yes, the fact that Gray having all that would kind of fucking bullshit. But still, regardless, he's just so massively powerful, even with the low balls. If you don't go with what I agree, which would make him low complex multiversal, there's really no way that is like, even Ace's strongest attack wouldn't even do anything to him, and he would be filling him up with fire. Technically, they both would be filling up, unless he uses this fairy plasma thing, which still wouldn't even hurt. But I actually gotta go. I leave it off at, Natsu, and I'm hopefully when I see this video.
Yeah. I'll see where I can get it.
Yeah. I mean, Ace here, I would argue that Ace, like, he can't.
Go on.
Oh, I was about to say, like, Ace, he cannot harm Natsu, but then again, Natsu is not completely immune to like explosions, right? He's not like it's Michonne.
He is. He actually, in the demon he fought in Tartaros, had only explosions, and it looked like he was getting hurt. But then Natsu thought, hey, what if I just eat the explosion, and then he was fine.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. Like, he can eat the explosions.
Oh wait, real quick, I gotta go, but I'm presuming you guys will finish up the thing. But my vote is just massively stronger with the low balls.
Yeah.
If you don't believe in and I do think he's massively faster, even because I don't see how you can avoid the infinite speed thing. But if you do personally think it's a hack, that's the one thing Ace could be argued to have on him. But still, even if you go with what I say, he should be multiversal with the whole Ignia knew exactly what happened thing.
Yeah.
That's just even more of an enormous gap. Not to mention you can make a copy of him, which could, Ace, it'd be a little harder for Ace to do as well.
Anyway, I agree.
I gotta go. Thanks for having me. I can't wait to see this video come out, and I'm hoping that's just what my verdict is. And since there's two people here, I'm hoping you guys can settle it with. I'm presuming Omega might still side with Ace on this. I don't know, but there's two people left, so that's enough to find a verdict. Anyway,
I'll try to see where I can get this.
All right. Anyway, that's all. Mr. Crafty out.
Yeah.
Alright.
So since I literally have not watched past episode 50, I'm literally just going to be going off of what you two said. Which is a good thing I've been listening in. So the thing is that we see Natsu sucks in flames from the air, which means that can Ace even escape universal sucking?
I mean, that's it's not even that. It's just he is fat. Yeah, Blackbeard in this whole suction thing. He can react. Yeah, he definitely can react. Especially since if his black hole can suck in even light. Yeah, of course he definitely can react to that. He could just turn his own flame thing off, and he cannot get sucked in.
I mean, but the thing is that he does turn his flame thing off, and he's just gonna get bitten.
Right.
Normal. Either he gets bitten and he bleeds, or he gets bitten and he does not bleed and then gets sucked.
Yeah.
Hello, Quandale.
Yeah, I think Ace would just be like, oh, you know what? You can just bite me because I can just handle it. And then he's just
yeah. But the thing is because once Natsu gets a grip on him, Natsu still has so much AP that Ace is gonna have to know. Well, I mean, I guess he does know preemptively, but Natsu's so fast, it's gonna be a really close call, my dude.
Yeah, that's the whole thing is about the speed thing. The whole thing about speed.
Where did y'all get Natsu to again?
Huh?
Where did y'all get Natsu to?
For speed?
Yeah.
He argues that for like immeasurable to like infinite speed, because of the
Do
whole.
you agree with that?
I think I disagree because like the whole that's the whole thing with hacks. I don't think we should count that.
Okay, wait. Maybe I should have let you explain why he thought it was why did he think it was infinite or immeasurable?
Because he moved and stopped time, and I think that was hacks because that's only with E and D.
I mean, okay, but what hacks does he have that would let him move and stop time?
It's the whole the power to surpass the gods, which is the E and D.
I feel like would that not still be just power? Oh.
I mean, yeah, it's just like power. It's just a power Natsu just unlocked suddenly, but because like in the early,
you could take the fact that if he'd still have to activate it, which would still technically be moving in stop time if he activated it. I mean, it's his brain moving, but you get the point.
The thing is that I think Natsu already activated it when he was already knocked out because he was knocked out at the time. And
that sounds kind of bullshit, though.
It does. That's why I think fairy tales bullshit. I think I don't watch this shit.
You know, that is fair. That is fair. Listen, man, I got to episode 50 and then I pretended it ended there. Listen, they got Laxus back. They had a nice happy ending. Conflict was resolved. Stop watching after that.
Right. That's it. That's like, yep. He beat Laxus. All right. Rinse and repeat. That's pretty much what the whole story was about. Friendship. Friendship this. Friendship that. They always depend on Natsu.
The biggest reason, actually, that I stopped watching it was because Netflix ended, like, on episode 50. And then, when I realized there were more episodes, I tried to watch it, and I was like, no, I don't feel like it.
Right, I was like, you lose interest. That's the whole thing. Like, but,
yeah.
Honestly, that's where he scales his speed. Infinite or immeasurable. So
where do you... How fast do you think Natsu is?
Natsu should be at least faster light to mastery faster light. At least. Or if he just scale off to like his speed feats of his Dragon Force multiplier, or that's the only multiplier he has. It's pretty much his Dragon Force. So
Solo.
He said solo.
The way I see it with Natsu's like again universal at least AP is that like even if he has a hard time hitting ace, he only has to hit ace like once. You know.
Well, that's the thing. His flames, well, it's the thing about his flames. His flames are completely inconsistent, and plus, if he's using the universal thing, the whole arc was filler, so I don't count it.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure he still has a lot of I mean, the dude already went over it. I'm just going off like.
Yeah, like
versus Batawikism large fan.
Wait, God, like large what?
Versus Batawiki, it has him at large planet.
Large planets? What the fuck?
Yeah.
What the fuck? wait. If the whole thing about him destroying that celestial king or something or whatever is like universal plus, which is I disregard because it's like non-canon. It's a non-canon arc. But there's a whole thing about him facing against Zeref, which is I don't know.
I mean, because there's a time where a lot of people will mention with the he burned through time magic. They'll say, well, he only burned through the magic. The issue with this is if the magic can do the action, that means the magic has the potential energy in it. You know, getting a little scientific here.
Exactly.
Which, energy, all that, which means he destroyed it. Even if it was only the energy to change time, that was still, the energy to change time, which is the exact same thing, It's arguably better because condensed energy is a lot harder to destroy than, spread out energy. So if it was a condensed energy to change time, then that's even better. Which, I don't know how time scales, honestly, because it's a little inconsistent depending on the show. But you could, again, argue that as, a 4D, which would put him at, basically base universal feat.
Well, the problem with this is because after he used that attack, Natsu says that it was burning him and he could not use magic in the arm anymore.
Okay, yeah, but again, one universal attack is enough to, obliterate Ace and his entire bloodline. Ace's great-grandpa's gonna feel that one.
Oh, that's the... Well, Yeah, that is true.
Because you gotta remember, universes are pretty big. Like, comparing a large planet to a universe, that's like a billion of trillion times difference, you know?
Well,
like, a planet is to a universe what, like, an atom is to, like, a skyscraper, you know?
I'm trying to hold on for, like, Ace here, because, like, Ace here is, like, he completely outclassed here. But the thing is, he's trying, like, he's holding on for dear life. But there's the whole fact that observation hockey happens. Like, he can pretty much read his movements before it happens. So, like, it happened. He did this against Whitebeard, of course. Like, come on. It's just like, yeah.
Another thing to mention is, like, even if he can't always hit with a universal force, you gotta assume he can hit with, like, at least a tenth of that force normally, you know? And a tenth of a universe is still, like, a few hundred galaxies.
Right, and he cannot use that flame anymore, that flame power. So,
yeah, you gotta assume he can attack with, like, some amount of that power.
Yeah, but what the hell is that gonna do, though? He's pretty much intangible. What the fuck? Can you harm fucking flames? No, he hasn't been shown that he can do
it. Perhaps.
Okay,
you have to consider he punched magic. Like, he burnt magic.
Yeah, yeah, but he can't use that flame anymore.
Well, I mean, he could. Yeah, but that's still a thing he can do. He can touch magic.
Yeah, that's if you're using that kind of Natsu. But since that Natsu is like a one-time thing, like,
yeah, but...
that's what I'm saying. Like, if Natsu tries to attack in any kind of way against Ace, what the hell is that gonna do? Nothing, because he can regenerate.
But, like, the same thing goes for Ace, where he's not gonna be doing any damage.
Yeah, I believe that. Yeah, I believe he's not gonna do shit.
And I think I feel like Natsu isn't one to tire out, and because Natsu has to put in a lot less effort than Ace does.
Right.
Because in the end, if Natsu really wants to, he can sit still and just wait. Like, and if both of them just sit there waiting, I don't know.
And we know damn well Natsu is not the type to wait.
Okay, yeah, but, like, if he wanted to is what I'm saying. Like,
I
feel like he's not going to be expending as much energy as Ace is going to be.
Well, actually,
at some point, Natsu's going to realize that he's not hitting. So Natsu's going to put more force into catching up with speed rather than putting all of the strength into it. Meanwhile, Ace has to put all of his power. Meanwhile, Ace has to focus on dodging, hitting as hard as he can, being as fast as he can, keeping, like, track of his hockey. Ace has to manage so much more than Natsu does.
Well, that's the thing here, is that since he has a great control over observation hockey, he is pretty much going to evade all of Natsu's attacks if they're deadly. But if not, then he can use his observation hockey to become intangible to every attack he throws at him, and all the flames is not gonna do shit to him. Especially since he's immune to fucking fire. Like, what the fuck is like? We know that Natsu's not immune.
Natsu's not the smartest, but he's not stupid. At some point, he's just gonna, like, realize that just punching Ace isn't gonna work, and he's also probably gonna realize that Ace can't hurt him, like, at all. And again, Ace is going to have to attack Natsu. And it's not gonna.
Well,
Ace is going to be putting out a lot more pressure.
Well, this is my win con though. Well, this is my win con. Like, since he cannot damage Natsu at any fucking way, he can tire him out.
Okay, but again, the issue is that Ace has to do more, because Ace has to dodge and attack. Natsu doesn't have to dodge.
Well, that's the thing. Natsu uses a lot of fucking firepower, and he needs fire to replenish his energy. So
okay, but the issue is if he realizes he's not hitting, and that he can't hit, he's just not gonna put his full firepower into a punch until he can hit.
I mean, not to a full power punch, but he could do like, Dragon Roar or the Dragon Twister attack. All these other attacks.
Eventually, he's just going to realize that, like, oh, I can't hit him, so I shouldn't be putting too much power into each one of my punches, so I don't tire out. He may not be thinking of tiring Ace out first, but he will be thinking of not tiring himself out.
Well, that's the thing. Ace is not gonna get tired because it's been stated that Logias they have unlimited energy. They're not even putting in their effort in their attacks.
Okay,
so like
Ace is still like inherently human. Like
he's
Ace
human.
Still requires sustenance.
Well, actually, it doesn't. It doesn't because like it's unlimited supply of energy. They're not putting any. Yeah, they're not putting any kind of stamina in their abilities. There is no effort needed. That's why Logias are so OP.
God, you're so lucky I don't know how to argue him infinite speed.
that's why I'm saying like Ace can tire out Natsu. Natsu's going to get tired. Ace is over here just like I'm just chilling. I'm not putting much effort into these attacks. I'm not doing.
There's really with how close they were in speed. There's no guarantee that Ace has an 100% dodge rate. Like, are you really sure Ace can dodge every attack the entire time? All of them? Like, really?
Not all the time, but then again, that's his intangibility comes in.
Yeah, but like again, if he becomes intangible, Natsu's just gonna start sucking him up.
Well, it depends how the way he hurts him. Like, it depends how the way he hurts him. If it's like in a big way or in a small way.
What do you mean?
Like, if you shoot him, you become intangible, right? Or if you cut him or try to slice him, he'll become intangible. Those are small.
All of Natsu's attacks are explosive, though.
Oh, they're explosive?
Everything he does is like, well, I mean, they're not explosive like a normal explosion. They're explosive as in if they hit anything, it will explode. You know what I mean? Like, he just does that much blunt force damage.
Oh, okay. Hold on 1 second. If you mean like this, hold on. Let me see. Yeah.
It's just like, when a character punches a wall so hard that the entire wall just fucking explodes, gets sent flying. And it's not that their punch literally exploded, he just hit the fucking thing really hard.
If that's a fact, then especially when Yamato was blasting this huge explosion against Ace, and Ace was just fine. Because explosions doesn't work.
Again, he still needs to turn intangible, and once he turns intangible, then Natsu is going to eat him.
He's going to eat him, and then what?
And then instantly digest him. Because
actually, it won't work like that. Because, yes, he's eating his flames, but his flames are endless. So he's not really eating him.
He's digesting the flames. Which means he's, like, physically killing that flame.
No, he's not digesting it. He's transferring it into power. He's not digesting it. Like, he's just pretty much...
what digesting is. Literally, that's what the human body does. It takes food...
But he's not human.
Turns that food into energy.
But he's not human.
Neither of them are technically human.
But he's a demon. That's a completely different thing.
I mean, Natsu's also a dragon.
But he's a dragon and a demon. A dragon demon.
I don't know why Crafty said he was a human. He's explicitly a dragon. Like, Crafty was like, oh yeah, he's a human, he's a demon. Oh yeah, I forgot the plot point of episode 1. He's a dragon. I'm sorry. No shade, but like, it's kind of funny.
How long can Natsu last in a fight? Like, before he start getting tired?
Let me see if I can find that anywhere versus Battle Wiki, because that might say it. I think versus Battle Wiki has a stat for endurance somewhere.
Oh, they do?
I'm looking through it. Yeah, they have a stamina stat. Holy shit, that's a lot of words, and none of it's in bold, so I don't know where it cuts off. Has been shown to fight multiple opponents without resting and continue fight. Okay, here's what it says. Has been shown to fight multiple opponents without resting and continue fighting despite taking severe and life-threatening injuries. Battled Kajil and kept fighting him despite having his arm broken and being pierced by many shards of iron. He battled Kroba for an expanded period while being affected by his poison. Battled Zero and ultimately defeated him despite sustaining many grievous injuries prior to their fight. Used several consecutive spells against Guild Arts, and even after being hit by his disassemble spell, he managed to use his Dragon Slayer secret art without showing any signs of exhaustion. Battled Acnologia, alongside his guild with little time to rest and without fully healing his injuries from his previous fight, kept fighting without issue even after being hit internally by several explosions from Gutman's Rupture magic. continue to fight even after being hit by many attacks from
Wait,
imitation.
how high is the stamina?
It said superhuman.
That's nowhere near Ace's level.
But at the same time, none of these are telling me the time frame.
Well, if
you post strongest attacks fully over with single hand emerge completely unscathed, but all future rogue, despite him brutal, kept fighting Jack without issue, even after being hit by many explosions, even after being summoned.
If that's the case, then he's nowhere near the stamina of Ace, because Ace has extremely high stamina because he was able to fight Jinbei for 5 days.
Okay, but the thing is, it's not giving me a time scale, so like I don't actually know. Oh, so most of Natsu's fights, he gets very heavily injured and still is able to fight with like peak, like power.
Oh yeah, that's true. Because power finisher bullshit.
I will also mention that well, like sure, Ace can dodge a lot, but what's Ace gonna do if Natsu just like detonates the island?
I mean, he did detonate an island before, and he was fine. Yeah, huh? he detonated an island before. Huh?
How exactly did the order of events go?
He fought against Whitebeard with his Quake Fruit. You know how dangerously powerful his Quake Fruit is, and they both clash, and it caused this huge explosion on this island. And Ace survived. He was just really tired from it.
Okay, but to be fair, getting Ace tired would be a really bad thing. If he's hardly dodging with precognition, being tired is not going to work out.
Well, no. This was a weaker Ace, by the way. This was a weaker Ace.
Okay, but like still, with universal AP, he can detonate an island a few trillion times over, my bestie.
Yeah, and also,
if he wanted to, he could like completely eradicate the island from the map.
That's the thing. That was the thing, is because Ace was using all of his power at once against Whitebeard, which is why he was extremely tired. That is only recording. Okay, there we go.
Okay.
All right.
So anyway, what I was saying is Natsu can just disintegrate the whole island. Like, I'm not talking just an island-wide explosion. Like, he could just punch the island and it will turn to ash. And then what? Ace can't swim. I don't think he can.
Ace can fly.
Okay, well, so can Natsu.
Well, Natsu has motion sickness. So, like,
I think the funniest idea is Natsu losing this by getting motion sickness and drown.
He just get motion sickness. It just straight up drowns because he just can't handle the motion sickness. I don't think he.
Okay. But, like, the main idea is, like, okay, sure, Ace could survive without an island, but the question is, if Natsu pours all of his strength into an attack that hits the entire island, which he can do, because he can do AoE attacks, like, full power, so if he just does that hits the entire island, which means it will hit Ace with its full strength, no matter what Ace does. Like, can he survive that? Because that's, again...
He survived Whitebeard's attack. I mean...
Okay, can the Whitebeard destroy fucking universe?
A Whitebeard can destroy an island with ease. What is it? What a punching an island can do is going to do against Ace, who can handle against Whitebeard?
Okay, yeah, no, but I'm talking about, like, hitting... Not just punching the island, but I mean an AoE attack that hits the entire island with his, universal force.
Universal. If it's a universal force, wouldn't the whole planet will be destroyed?
Anime logic.
Like, what the fuck?
Listen, man. It shouldn't. Listen, man. If shit was Roger and Whitebeard clashing should have blown up the fucking world, but it didn't.
I mean, they only split the sky. That's all they did. Like,
yeah, I know, but apparently fucking old Whitebeard can destroy the planets. I guess force doesn't really matter, Well, sometimes it destroys universes, sometimes it doesn't.
To be fair, they was using only Haki. They was only using Haki, and Whitebeard was not using his Quake abilities. So to be fair,
but that's still like Prime Whitebeard.
Yeah, Prime Whitebeard, he can pretty much tilt islands in the tectonic plates just by raising his voice.
Motherfucker. Anyway, my whole thing is like he can hit the entire island at the same time with his universal AP, just using an AoE attack, which will hit Ace because it's hitting everything. And I think that would just instantly kill Ace.
That actually wouldn't do shit to Ace. It wouldn't do shit to Ace. Like, oh yeah, let me hit the ground, destroy the whole thing while universal AP. Like, the thing is
no,
that
I don't mean hitting the ground. I mean a little shockwave attack.
Shockwave?
What
the fuck is shockwave?
He has like 2 different attacks that do AoE. Let me see, which one was it? He has, I think it was Brilliant Flame. Yeah, Fire Dragon's Brilliant Flame, Natsu ignites both those hands flames and brings together, creating a large fiery explosion.
Let me see this.
So he can basically... It's called Fire Dragon's Brilliant Flame. He also has a stronger version called Dragon God's Brilliant Flame. An enhanced version of Fire Dragon's Brilliant Flame. Natsu engulfs one hand in the flames from his Fire Dragon Slayer magic and the other in flames from Fire God Slayer magic and brings the 2 flames together, generating a highly destructive blast that is capable of destroying a large area and defeating Zankar, member of the 7 Kin of Purgatory, in 1 hit.
Let me see if this is right. Yeah, I'm about to find...
he can sometimes... He can also use it as a fireball, but...
Let me see. Hold on. I'm gonna find this Brilliant Flame feed because I think I know what you're talking about. Let me see.
I mean, it's he can use it as a fireball, but he can also use it to cause an explosion. Is the thing.
Brilliant Flame. Okay, so let me see. The Brilliant Flame. Let me see a GIF of this. Do I have a GIF? Okay. Fire Dragon's Brilliant Flame. Let me see how it looks like. Causes a fire and causes an explosion or fireball that causes like a... Well, I can't fucking see it since the GIF is not going all the way, so I'm gonna have to find a fucking scan. Hold on. Let's see. The Brilliant Flame. He used Brilliant Flame when he fought the fucking dragon fire dude. What?
I don't fucking remember.
He had to use 2 different flames in order to use that bullshit. That doesn't count.
No, I think you're talking about the Dragon God Brilliant Flame. Dragon God Slayer Brilliant Flame.
Oh, that move? Oh, I thought you was talking about that. Okay.
Fire Dragon's Brilliant Flame is a weaker version of the Dragon God's Brilliant Flame.
Fire Dragon
God's Brilliant Flame.
So Fire Dragon God Brilliant Flame?
Okay.
Oh, Dragon God.
But you were looking at... Okay, wait, no. So, basically, when you said he used 2 different flames, I think you probably were looking at a GIF of Dragon God's Brilliant Flame. Fire Dragon's Brilliant Flame is using the same flame. Okay, well, but they're not different flames. It's the same flame, he's just doing it in 2 different hands. The way you're phrasing things kind of confuses me sometimes.
Wait, is it the Dragon God's Brilliant Flame, or is it Fire Dragon King's Brilliant Flame?
Okay. So... I'm mostly talking about, it's called Fire Dragon's Brilliant Flame, apparently. Maybe it's Dragon King's in some translations. I think you saw Dragon Gods, because you said 2 different flames.
Oh, Dragon God Brilliant Flame, right? Is that what you mean?
Well, okay, so what I'm saying is when you said there were 2 different flames, I was thinking you were looking at Dragon Gods. Because Dragon Gods is using 2 different flames. I mean, they both use 2 different, like, balls of flame, but, the normal one, the Fire Dragon Brilliant Flame, it's the same type of flame, while Dragon God uses 2 different types of flame. Oh. So, when you said 2 different types of flame, I thought you were looking at Dragon Gods. Maybe you weren't, maybe you were, I have no idea.
Oh, so which one are we talking about here?
Okay, well, here's the thing. I don't know if he can still use Fire God Slayer magic, because I don't know if that was a one-time thing or not, because I didn't get that.
Yeah, it was a one-time thing. He can't actually use it.
Well, but anyway, he can still use Fire Dragon's Brilliant Flame, which is the exact same thing. It's just not using God Slayer magic.
Well, so you mean the Brilliant Flame, right?
Yeah. No, I got confused when you said 2 different types of flame.
But he had
that's what it...
Oh, okay, so if you use the Brilliant Flame, okay, where are...
Because it can be used as a fireball, but he can also use it as an explosion.
Show me which one you mean. I want to see what you mean. The one that you see.
I mean, I can show you, but the GIF it gives me is of it being used as a fireball.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine.
I'll just like. I'll screenshot, like, I'll try to see if I can get both of them in the same screenshot, actually. Although, it's GIFs, so I'm gonna, like, screenshot at the right time so it doesn't look confusing. Let me just... Okay, there's... I don't know, you might get it.
Where did you post it at?
Wait, give me a second, I'm about to. If it's... Okay. So, the top right one is Fire Dragons, and the bottom right is Dragon Gods. It's the same attack.
Fire Dragon God's Brilliant Flame, and then just Fire Dragon's Brilliant Flame. So which one are you talking about? Both of them, or just?
I mean, because Dragon Gods is technically not a version he can use anymore, but it's the same attack. It's just Dragon Gods is using the Godslayer magic, so it's just stronger, you know?
Yeah, it's a strong. Yeah, I agree. It's stronger.
Thing. But it's like the same thing, you know? And, you know, so he can still, like, just put his normal amount of energy into Fire Dragon's Brilliant Flame.
If that's the case, but then again, he did use it against this Fire God and did absolutely nothing to him.
Apparently, it one-shot this one. Let me look up what his name was. Well, that was the upgraded version, but again, the only difference is that one is using stronger flames and Natsu's. Okay, you know, it's not the point of what it did to his enemies. The point is what it's gonna do to Ace, you know? Like, regardless of what it did to fucking God, Ace is not God.
Actually, no,
you know?
He's not a God Slayer. That's the whole thing. He's not a God Slayer. He's completely fodder. Even Zeref in his base form completely killed this dude just by looking at him. He ain't no fucking god. There's no way he was a god. No, this dude a God Slayer. He say he has the power to kill a god. No, he doesn't. The dude is fucking bluffing. He has no fucking way.
That is still not the point, my bestie.
Well, I'm not talking about this attack. This brilliant flame would do absolutely nothing to Ace because it's just fire. What the fuck? He's immune to fire.
It's universal power.
Universal power. Universal power. Universal power.
Yeah, it's his power, which is universal.
Let me show you something. Since he used the same attack recently, this is exactly how it looks.
What the fuck is that?
That is the Brilliant Flame. Recently.
Okay. Again, like I tell you, it can be used as an explosion or a fireball.
But he only used it as a fireball recently. So
okay, but he still uses it as an explosion sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes. If he needs
to use it as an explosion, he could use it. Do you think Natsu is retarded?
Like, yeah, if he knows that they're on both flame users, he gonna know, like, oh, wait a minute, flame won't work against this guy. Why would I shoot a bigger flame against him? It won't do absolutely nothing to him. Because, like I said, yes, he's universal in attack potency, right? And this is like with his fire magic. But what can he do against a guy that's made of fire? Nothing.
I told you it'd instantly digest him anyway.
Yeah, if he only eat him, then what? Because then Ace can regenerate. If he eats like, oh, let me eat one of your arms. Let me eat one of your arms. He can't eat. Oh, he can't eat him whole. He cannot eat him whole.
He can.
Actually, he cannot. He cannot because Ace can go back into his human form. And then he can't eat him. So what are you going to do? Because Ace have to fully. He has to. No, he has to fully.
He can go back into his human form with half of his goddamn body missing.
He can regenerate. And Logias can regenerate their body parts. Do you not know?
Wouldn't he have to go back into flame form and then just get sucked back up anyway?
No, because this doesn't work with Logias like, oh no, Kizaru and Smoker. When they lose their body parts, they just regenerate their body parts. They don't have to turn into it.
But it regenerates with the element.
What?
It regenerates with the element. That's why you always see the edge of the element where it's regenerating.
Yes, it's elemental regeneration, and they can create
so he's just
flames.
Going to suck it up.
He's gonna suck what up? He's gonna suck what up?
That is regenerating.
The flame that's regenerating.
Yes, that's why you always see the element at the edge of where it's regenerating, because it's regenerating with the element. He's just gonna suck it up.
Actually, how the fuck is he gonna suck it up? He's gonna be too busy amazed of what he's looking right now instead of just sucking it up. He's gonna be like, what the fuck? What are you? What the fuck are you made of?
I've seen crazier things. This is not the most impressive thing.
Actually, he hasn't seen somebody made of a fucking element. Oh, wait, actually, never mind.
Okay.
No, never mind. He actually saw a person made out of water before. I take that back. But he never saw a person made out of fire. Like, what the fuck? He's gonna be like, oh.
Hey, but who cares?
Like, what you want to say? Oh, the flame, the brilliant flames. It's not gonna shit because if he shoots as a fireball, he can just dodge.
Okay, consider this. What if he dodges into Natsu's attack? What if Natsu shoots the fireball and then just basically makes it so Ace can't dodge by running next to the fireball? So if Ace dodges right, he'll go right. If Ace dodges left, he'll go left.
What?
He can just shoot
it's straightforward. What are you talking about? It's straightforward. All you do is avoid it. He can't just curve it.
Yeah, no, but I mean, I think he can. But the thing is, Ace still has to dodge left or right, and when he dodges left or right, Natsu will follow him.
Do you not know observation hockey can read movements before they even do it? So of course he's gonna know. He's going to know.
Okay, but it doesn't matter because Natsu's still gonna follow his movement, regardless.
He's gonna follow his movements.
Yeah, you know what? He's gonna know that no matter which way he goes, he's still gonna get hit.
Do you not know that if he uses all this flame, this strong attack, he's gonna lose all his energy? He can't spam it. He's gonna lose all his energy.
And he has.
Yeah, he has.
He has been severely injured and like used ultimate attack, and he's been fine. Like,
yes, and he has to eat fire.
Like, I'm pretty sure when he first fights Seraph, he like low-key, he like basically dies and then just undies. Not like literally, but basically dies, and then just gets back up like 10 minutes later. I mean, like, oh yeah, sure, 10 minutes later is not a good time, but I'd like to see Ace try to kill him.
I'm thinking the Ace is not gonna kill him because his durability is too fucking high. Like that's what I'm saying. Like his durability is too high. Natsu's gonna get tired eventually. His stamina is not as impressive.
Natsu can very easily corner Ace. Like,
corner him where? Where is this battle taking place? Where is he cornering him at?
You can just corner him with multiple attacks. Because
he's fired.
A lot of attacks.
He's fired. It's not gonna hurt Natsu. I mean, it's not gonna hurt Ace. He's fired itself. What the fuck? He's gonna corner him in attacks. What's that gonna do? Especially since Ace, he can just absorb flames. Ace can absorb flames too. What the fuck?
Okay, but Natsu will just punch him.
Punch him, and then he turns into flames.
And then gets eaten.
And he eats him. And then he punches him with hockey. He's like, get the fuck off of me, you little shit.
Yeah, and then his arm gets like fucking broken by that shit.
Broken? It's covered with hockey. It doesn't get broken. He will just knock him away while he's just eating him. It's like, oh, you just eating me? Oh, that's your so you can eat me, huh? Oh, let me just not turn into flames.
Okay, then he'll just be punched with the force of the universe.
No, punch with the force of the universe. That's how it works. He doesn't have the force of the universe. He had never punched anybody. Yes, with power up, not basic. With power up, he can't use that flame anymore. So therefore, he's not universal.
Motherfucker is power up.
Yes, it's all about power ups. Natsu always use power ups because he's a bullshit motherfucker.
Natsu is the power up. Like half the time.
No, his friends.
Usually the power up comes up from him. Usually the power ups are literally just him unlocking more from himself. Like,
it's his friends. If you think about his friends, he will get more powerful. That's how bullshit Natsu is.
My man. It's worth.
So, like, what the fuck? This fight is pretty much a stalemate. This fight is pretty much a goddamn stalemate because nobody can't hurt nobody.
He's just gonna punch Ace.
Yeah, punch, or he's gonna punch Ace. Yeah, like Ace is gonna let that happen.
It doesn't matter if Ace lets it happen. It's gonna happen. Ace is not dodging Natsu forever.
Yes, he is, because he has more stamina.
No.
He has way more stamina than Natsu. Natsu, he barely only got superhuman. Oh wow, that's impressive.
Natsu's continue to fight at maximum strength using spamming OP attacks.
But he hasn't fought for days.
Fatally damaged.
But he hasn't fought for days.
I'm gonna have to look that up, but fucking, that doesn't really matter if Ace is getting shit on.
And then we have Ace, who fought a fisherman, who's 10 times stronger than a normal human.
You know what? Who cares? Oh yeah, compared to universes, which, you know, are only 5. It would only take about 5 normal humans to destroy you.
Yo, Natsu can't destroy a universe. It never been shown he can destroy a universe. He has the AP to fight people on that level. But it doesn't mean he can. He doesn't have that power because it's not a normal power up.
Okay, but I don't really care about the DC. I'm talking AP, my man.
AP, yes, AP. AP means that you have the attack potency to harm people on that level. But what the fuck is he gonna do against a person that's made out of flames? It never say that he can negate intangibility. See, can you show me an ability he can do that?
Either he can eat the flames, and if Ace stops being flames, he'll just punch Ace again.
And he just punch Ace again, and then he just turn into flames.
Okay, then he'll start to eat the flames again.
Okay, eat the flames. Oh, okay, keep eating the flames. Keep eating it. Go ahead. But you're nowhere near going to harm fucking Ace. There's no way you're going to harm him. Like,
he can suck in Ace.
He cannot suck in Ace if Ace is not fully. No. If he's not fully into that element, he cannot eat him fully. That's not how it works.
Just punch the part that isn't flame, and if it turns flame, he'll eat it, and if it unturns flame, he'll punch it.
Like, hey, and he can literally turn it on and off whenever. So
okay.
And that's why it's endless.
Okay, but either he's slowly just going to be losing part of his body because he cannot regenerate faster than he's getting rapidly sucked.
Yeah, he's getting rapidly sucked off by Natsu. And then I was like, "Are you enjoying that little suck you having, Natsu?" And then Natsu will be like, "Yeah, you taste delicious, man. No homo, but all the homo. I'm gonna suck you dry." And then he'll be like, Natsu, and then we're Ace like, "Go ahead, I have all day." And then they're gonna be fighting for all day, and then we have Natsu have all of this power, doing absolutely nothing against Ace. So what they're gonna do? Nothing. They're just gonna call it a day. They're just like, you know what, man. Thanks for the grub, man. I like sucking you off. I hope I can suck you off again. And then we have Ace. He'll be like, "Yeah, man. Anytime." That's literally how the whole fight's gonna go. Natsu's sucking him off. That's all he got going for him. Just sucking him off.
He can suck faster than he can regenerate.
Yeah, if he can suck faster, then fucking Ace is gonna ejaculate harder. And then what the fuck is he gonna do against that? I'm like, what the fuck? He gonna be like, oh yeah, you like those flames? And also over here, yeah, man, give me more of that. Give me more of those flames, man. I can eat all of it all day. No homo. No homo. And then Ace will be like, you know what? You can eat you can suck me off all you want, but you're not gonna do anything to me at the end of the day. That's pretty much what's the whole fight's gonna happen. It's gonna be a whole big stalemate because we have Natsu just sucking them off.
Ace can't regenerate faster than he'll be sucked up.
Yes, he can. It's been shown.
No, he can't.
Yes, he can. Yes, he can. You can suck off a whole body part, but he can regenerate it back.
Okay, but he'll just keep sucking.
Exactly. He'll just keep sucking them off. And then
okay, but like he'll suck faster than he can regenerate.
When has he shown to suck faster than then someone can regenerate? Like when did he show?
I mean, he's been able to suck things that are like 10 times the size of a human in like a second. Like
10 times of
fireballs that are like 20 times the size of him, and he'll like suck it up in like a second.
But then we have him in another universe where it takes longer for him to suck a fucking fire. Like what the fuck is up with that, huh? Like,
what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, he went to another universe. His fire doesn't fucking work because he's in another universe. So pretty much, he's in another universe in his own verse. Right, in his own verse, he can't even use his magic. He just eating. He could just eat. How fucking pathetic is that?
What's the point of that?
What's the point? The point is, Ace. His Ace gonna let him suck him off. And then he'll be like, okay, you done, nigga? You done? And he'll be like, no. I need some more. I need some more, man. I just love how you taste. And then we're like, okay, if you want to continue this all day, be my guest. Be my guest. I have all day, man. I'm not even tired.
Question: how the hell was Ace donated?
How?
How was Ace donated?
Donated.
How was he turned? How did he get turned into a donut?
A donut.
Yeah. How did that happen to him?
He got punched by magma.
Are you? And how does that kill him?
Because it's been stated by Oda that said that he has the highest attack on potency within the series, and pretty much it says that that magma is hotter than fucking fire or some bullshit like that. I don't know.
Okay, so what you're telling me is if the fire is hotter, it completely ignores the fact that he is intangible.
Well, magma is not fire per se.
Okay, but it's still about it being hotter.
Yes, if a substance is hotter, then yes, pretty much it can hurt them. That's pretty much like a elemental dominance per se.
Let me go pull up let me see if I can find a calculation. Fire.
I'm about to find Natsu. How hot is Natsu's fire? Actually, I'm about to look that shit up too.
How hot are Natsu's flames?
How hot is Natsu's flames?
Is Natsu's fire hotter than as hot as natural lightning? Okay, apparently Natsu's flames are hotter than natural lightning, which means they're 5 times hotter than the sun's surface temperature.
Wait a minute, hold on a minute. You gave me a million types. Wait, how hot? Like, what the fuck? How? Wow. Okay. It's it says about average. It can vaporize a lake, but that's it.
Okay, yeah, but I think that's just a random fucking thing on Google. You should look for the actual source. I found a calculation. I'm trying to read it now.
Calculation. Let me see. Flame.
Okay, so
wait.
What number is this? It scares me because it's like
I can't.
It's to the 25th power.
How hot were Natsu's flames after the time skip? I'm about to see this. That is a long text. Okay. It reached a temperature of 300 Celsius. I think that's 300. Wait, 3,000 Celsius? I think, yeah, 3,000 Celsius. So it's like 2 times hotter than the actual lava. Wait, what? It's 2 times hotter than actual lava, but then magma and lava are 2 different things. I don't know. I'm about to see how.
No, magma is just lava. Magma is just lava that's inside of the earth, so it's not really different.
Wait, what? Really? Let's see. Lava.
You don't know what magma is?
Magma. I thought it was just like a hotter version.
It's just lava. It's just lava that's inside of the earth.
Oh.
Though it might be hotter, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's molten rock. It keeps the surface of flowing like a liquid called lava. But then his called the Magu Me. Actually, hold on 1 second. My baby mom was calling me.
I swear to God. I found some. It's really hard to find a consistent source that says how hot his fire is.
Yeah, I can't find it either. Like, they never say how hot his shit is. Like,
I heard somewhere that it's about as hot as lightning.
how he has to eat lightning to order to use it? That doesn't even make any sense.
I'm not sure. I did see one calculation that came up with a number, but I don't even know what the number is because it's one of those ridiculous numbers that like the number is technically small, but then it has a to the power of like
to the power.
It's not to the power of. It's actually like it's actually something. It's another sign that I don't understand. Like I don't know what any of this means. Holy shit! Like I don't know. It's so confusing.
To the power of.
Well,
that's a weird word to say.
I'll try to like look at.
Yeah, I can't find nothing. Hold on, let me see.
There's some people who try to answer the question. Okay, yeah, it's not. It's flame hotter than the sun. No, that's still the thing that says it's.
Surface of the sun. Even though lightning is hotter than the surface of the sun, so I'm like, what? Like, come on now. We have a lightning user that's stronger than Natsu.
Okay, I forfound a versus battle wiki thread. I'm right now. My phone's gonna die soon.
Fuck.
Oh yeah, I forgot how overpowered Reshiram is. You know what, Natsu might not be... Listen man, Natsu's play might not be able to hurt fucking Ace, but Reshiram from Pokemon sure as hell can.
Oh, Shinra Kazakabe can one shot.
Okay.
Well, not to be like, I'm fired up, I'm all fired up, this and that. Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure he did vaporize sand one time.
What the fuck? What is this vaporizing sand gotta... What?
Because it would take lightning to do that, but he might have just been using... I heard people say that he was using lightning, but I also heard people say he was not using lightning.
Hold on. I think you mean this. Hold on, I'm about to put this here. There we go. You mean this.
Give me a second. You know... Wait a minute. Okay, so that'd be... Hey, I just had a realization.
Yeah.
Natsu basically is the magma fruit because his passive body heat like completely melted stone, and that is literally, in order to do that, you would literally have to be the temperature of magma, which means he passively is the temperature of magma, not like putting his flame into anything, but just passively, like, I don't know, maybe flexing his aura a little bit. He is about as hot as magma.
As hot as magma, but then we get the flame fruit is able to melt things like that as well.
Okay, well, he's hot as magma, so I don't know what... Again, that was passively, so it wasn't even, like, him trying. So, like, I don't know what you want me... I don't know what you want me to tell you. Like, it's hotter than magma.
Ace higher than magma? Let me see. I want to see how hot is Ace's flame. How hot is Ace flame? Let's see. The mirror no me. How hot it is. How hot it can be. Let's see. Temperature, heat of fire. Really hot. In reality, fire is hotter than magma. What the fuck? I have to look at this shit.
Okay. Well, that was still actually, yeah, no, that does make sense. Because magma is just stone. It's molten.
Yeah, it says like something baffled people is that how can you burn fire? What? Like that didn't make any sense.
Okay. Hey, how about alternatively? That just means Ace is fought.
What?
The fact that he got burned by something that should not even be hotter than him. I think that just means he's.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense that magma being hotter than fire is actually scientifically that shouldn't make sense. But then again,
it does make sense because liquid does not really because magma is technically a liquid and a solid, which don't really transfer heat as well as gas does. Fire is burning gas, while magma is both a previous solid and also a liquid, which do not really deal with heat as well as gas does. So gas is more pure heat than magma.
Interesting. Or it could be that he's just using hockey on his punches. Just negate his ability. So, I mean, fire can get higher than magma. It's just that it doesn't do that by default.
Yeah, but again, Natsu's passive body beat magma. He is the magma.
Wait. If he melts stone, then why everybody in the arena is still alive?
Maybe he didn't want to kill them.
What? That doesn't make any sense. If the stone is melting, if their clothes are melting, how the fuck is they not melting?
Because they're magic.
But that's
literally magic.
The heat itself is magic.
Everything's magic. It's fairy tale. It's all magic.
That doesn't even make any sense. At least when you for
Kainu. It doesn't make sense. You got Mr. Flame Boy over here, Mr. Fire Boy. Where's fucking?
I mean, we got Mr. Power of Friendship. Mr. Power of Friendship over here. Friendship is magic. My Little Pony power up bullshit over here.
What do you call him? The other Fantastic Four to help base.
Mr. Fantastic.
Or the other Fantastic Four, huh?
So where do we conclude here? Like, what do we conclude? Like, honestly.
Well, if Magma could kill Ace, then Natsu, who's passively hotter than Magma, should be able to kill Ace.
I don't think it will work since Ace is able to work around harsh environments, basically.
I think you're.
It's just heat. Like, what the fuck is heat gonna do?
Listen, man, it's not. If you want to argue, you can argue Oda. I'm not the one who wrote it like that. Okay.
You know what?
You can argue with Oda.
You know what? Fuck it. You know what? Just fuck it. Like, cause honestly, it's magma. It's not heat itself. It's magma itself. It's the liquid that actually is interacting with Ace's body. It's not like heat itself.
Okay.
Like, what the fuck?
Okay, but how is the liquid interacting with his body?
Because he punched him. Like.
Okay, but why did it bypass his intangibility?
Because reasons. Like, because that's how
I think you're talking bullshit. I think Natsu.
No, I think he's bullshit. Hold on, let me see.
I think Natsu donuts him. I think Natsu's eating a donut for breakfast. And then we'll see.
I'm about to find out the reason why he hurt Ace. Like, because I know he says.
Wait, what?
I'm about to find out why it caused his death. Because, like.
Wait a minute. What am I reading? He can increase the volume of his magic in X79. His base fire can vaporize sand, which makes it at least comparable to lightning. In X792, Ival, who is the chief of staff now of his empire, would note everything that the Spriggan 12 are capable of, stated that Natsu was the only person capable of melting his ice magic, which would make peak base Natsu's fire hotter than Wall's magic confinement fusion, which is said to be the same as real-life magnetic confinement fusion, which produces temperatures of 200 million degrees Celsius. Well, I think Ace is dead.
Ace is dead for what? What was you reading?
I was reading some scans. Well, not scans. I was reading some basically information off the about a wiki, and like it's just telling me what it's doing. So basically, Invel, who was the chief of staff in the Alvarez Empire, would know everything that the Spriggan 12 are capable of, stated that Natsu was the only person capable of melting his ice magic, which would make peak base Natsu's fire hotter than Wall's magic confinement fusion, which is said to be same as real-life magnetic confinement fusion, which produces temperatures of 200 million degrees Celsius.
That sounds like some bullshit.
Okay, but yeah, again, argue with the author.
But then again,
oh,
if that happened, then why did he get frozen solid again in the sequel manga?
Because it was stronger.
Stronger, but it's ice.
I mean,
that doesn't make any sense.
Okay, but it's also magic. Again, this dude literally said like that the 200 million degree Fahrenheit magic that couldn't melt his ice. Only Natsu could.
And then Natsu came and melts out this ice. What?
Apparently. It was said that he could melt this ice by the dude who owns the ice. But the dude who owns the ice also said that Natsu is the only one who could melt the ice, which would include the Jew with 200 million Celsius degree Fahrenheit, whatever.
Probably the power of
Celsius.
friendship.
Listen, man. Again,
it's
that's just how it is. It's not my fault. If you want to argue, you can argue with the creator fairy tale because I'm not. It's not an opinion. That's just what is said, and it's just straight up what is said. And it's not like an author statement. It's like said by a character who knows characters, who knows himself. So it's like.
That's why I find it very fucking stupid. Because he's like, oh, my fire is stronger.
If you want to argue about character statements, then, I mean, Whitebeard. Whitebeard's entire legacy's character statements. Except for, like, one. He has, like, one.
He has one statement. That's it. There's one statement. That's it.
The only statement getting in the planetary.
He's like, oh yeah, my fire is stronger. My magma is stronger than the earth because my magma is hotter than fire, which doesn't make sense because I'm lava. Like, come on, like what the fuck?
All I'm saying is, man, did not. Listen, man, you got it.
You know what? At the end of the day, yeah, he will kill Ace if his flames are that fucking powerful. I will agree, but. I don't know, man. It's fucking stupid. Like,
Crafty, are you happy?
Yeah.
Crafty, are you proud of me?
Yeah, Ace takes the L.
You better watch this one.
Ace takes the L here. Yeah, it's no doubt about it. Natsu is too fucking powerful because power of friendship. Fuck Natsu, bro. I don't care.
If this recording corrupts, I'm going to personally destroy your computer.
Right. This is like 40 minutes on top of another hour. So, like, it's an hour and 40 minutes of convincing. Jesus Christ.
I mean, hey, it worked.
Yeah, it worked. But that's gonna be a long time of editing. Fuck. If you know, I'm not gonna edit.
Simply do not edit. I mean, like, who cares? I don't think you edit like a lot of videos.
Yeah, I don't edit it. It's just like that's a lot of work because I was like,
there's not a point editing it because like we don't usually spend a lot of time talking about irrelevant things, and even when we do, they're kind of relevant.